They won't take this guy alive.
I know they're not going to take him alive, but here's the thing.
I don't know if they'll ever find him.
Yeah, the further you get out, it's almost impossible to get away with today's technology and surveillance. But the further he gets out, they're right. They go from 200 personnel.
Yep.
There's probably a team of 2 or 3 that probably stay on the case, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't devote that many people to this.
Well, right now, I think they're just sort of waiting until somebody sees him at a gas station and calls it in
I'm going to say he's nowhere close to New Orleans. This guy was at least smart. The last guy was like 5 blocks from the jail and was doing Instagram lives. I mean, he was trying to get caught again.
I think the best way to escape is you've got to have somebody that can properly do papers to give you another identity.
Yeah, and get across the border.
And then I don't even think you can fly anymore because of the eye detection.
No, you're not going to fly.
So I think it's either bus and you go to a border, or you find one of these shipping ports. And I don't know if you get a job with them for a little bit and you find out who's corrupt and who can actually put you on the ship.
Yeah.
And then you find out on the other side and you just pay them cash and you start your new life.
Yeah.
That's probably the way to do it.
It's the only way to do it. You got to give up. They're tracking your loved ones. You're not going to see your loved ones again.
Or the other option is whoever's been sort of taking care of him and hiding him.
Yeah.
He just doesn't go outside. He just stays in that house.
Yeah, there's that
That's
too.
the other option.
I mean,
that's a tough way to live, though, isn't it?
Spoiler.
Is it tougher than just being on the run and working for shipping companies to try and put yourself on a ship to a new country that you've never been to?
You saw where Walter White ended up. Would you want to live in that for the rest of your life?
And that's why I'm saying I would rather go to a third world country and give it a shot. And if I get extradited, I get extradited. But and I don't want to give away my location.
You've got one picked out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you got to go the Jesse Pinkman route, head to Alaska. It's still domestic, but you're really way out there.
I hate cold. I hate cold weather. Yeah. Now, I hate prison, too, but I hate cold weather.
I would do
plus for me.
I would do cold weather before prison.
Yeah, I would, too.
I'd probably do Planet Hoth before prison.
That is Trash, presented by our friends at Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. All right, we're going to wrap the show with some heartwarming news. It is our Bojangles Tender Moment of the Day. From sweet to heat, Bojangles has 7 sauces that will definitely add a little extra flavor to every bite. Nothing pairs better with our sauces than hand-breaded tenders. So if you're looking for sweet, try honey mustard. You want to add some tang, try barbecue. You want some heat, creamy buffalo or peach honey pepper. And if you're craving smooth and creamy, the house-made ranch jalapeno ranch or classic Bo sauce ready and waiting. Head to Bojangles, order some hand-breaded tenders with your favorite sauce today. It's Bo time. Today on the calendar is July 22nd. Tomorrow on the calendar is July 23rd, and that will be day number 1 for Kansas State and Iowa State. They report to camp tomorrow. That'll be the first time we have college. We've got NFL teams in camp already, almost all of them, I think, if not all of them. That'll be our first college teams to hit camp by rule. They can open their camp tomorrow, and both, as best I can tell, plan to do so because they're in the Week 0 game in Dublin.
Yeah, look, that is going to be an outstanding game. Either one of those teams, we talked about how wide open the Big 12 is. But when you look at Avery Johnson coming back his second year as starting quarterback at Kansas State, you look at Rocco Beck, these two teams, the expectation is to win the Big 12, get to a college football playoff. Outstanding game. Very exciting that we're this close. Do you think there would ever be a moment in time where Sankey and the SEC would agree to send 2 teams to a different country?
It's a good question. Would they ever play a conference game in Dublin? I wish I would have remembered when he's in front of us to ask him these types of questions.
What would excite you more, Mississippi State, Kentucky in Dublin, or Iowa State, Kansas State?
Iowa State, Kansas State's a better game.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm an SEC guy, but that's a better game.
Yeah.
Let the next round help you. Contact us, sales@nextroundlive.com, and be part of the team. Advertise your product to hundreds of thousands of potential customers on our ever-expanding platforms. The next round can take your business to the next level. Join our existing partners in the fastest-growing media space, both live and on demand, while reaching the most desirable audience for your business. Get more information by emailing sales@nextroundlive.com, and one of our team members will work with you to build a plan to take your business to the next level using the next round.
As we all know, there's no off-season when it comes to college football. If you want to stay in the know with all things Alabama, join us over on covercrimson.com and get $25 off your annual subscription. We'll keep you up to date and give you exclusive content all the way to the first Saturday of football season on covercrimson.com.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Boy, was talking season in full effect yesterday. I mean, Scott's got me 10, 11 cuts from talking season yesterday. ACC media days, Big Ten media days. You had some of the Group 5 media days. This is these 2 weeks are talking, or really 3 weeks, because the Big 12 got it started before the SEC did. This is talking season, and people were talking yesterday.
I started thinking about this with the Big Ten. I'm still blown away that the majority of people think Penn State is going to win this league. We've talked about this before. The easiest of the Power Four to select your champion is by far the ACC and Clemson. I think if I had to gun to head go next, I think I would go Big Ten and take Ohio State. I mean, I'm sure Big 12's off the table, right?
If you had to pick a champion,
yeah.
Yeah, Big 12's off the table for sure. You think gun ahead, you'd go Ohio State? Probably.
I feel better about Ohio State because I come down to 3 teams, really.
Right.
I think it would be shocking if any of, outside of Ohio State, I'll throw Penn State and Oregon in there,
right,
were to win the Big Ten championship. I think that would be very, very surprising. I think there is one more team, the SEC, I think it goes 4. And actually, I think it's a little tighter than in the Big Ten. I've just got more confidence in Ohio State than any of those 4 teams from the SEC.
Is Ohio State the betting favorite, or is it Penn State?
I bet it's Ohio State. That's a great question because I think that would show you the
because
difference.
I know who the media favorite is.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
I'd say that's one of the things. Like, I feel really good when Vegas goes against the media.
Right. Yeah, yeah. The media is historically awful at this.
Yeah, I'm going to check this real quick.
Okay, yeah, check it out because I'm curious who the actual betting favorite is because I see a lot of media and a lot of, it seems like just general public all over Penn State. He's Lance Taylor. I'm Ryan Brown. Dunaway will be back with us tomorrow. Tyler on the show, Scott Forrester on the video, Taylor Corn handling all social media at Next Round Live, And don't forget Emily Grace McWhorter, who is our SEC reporter. Are we confirmed? We're doing this a little bit later on?
Well, so Tyler is working on a little game for UNEG. I have not talked to EG. I mentioned something to her yesterday.
She's down for the game.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right. We got a game Lance has developed that will pit me against EG.
Now, I don't know if she's down for hot ones. We got to have a conversation about that.
We'll discuss that when she's on camera.
She shut it down yesterday, but yeah, we'll wait till today.
We'll get her in front of the bright lights right here and try to shame her into doing
because I was never
ones.
on the debate team, but I think we can push her a little bit. We'll see where she is.
You know what? We did not have a debate team at Sachs.
I don't know if we had one at Homewood. I have no idea.
I think we had one at my school.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody who was on it, though.
Yeah, I was never on the debate team. I was on something called, what was it?
You went to the school where there was true love between the teacher and the student,
will never
right?
forget that story.
Every year.
Every year. What was that called that I was a decathlon, not the running? It was like some academic thing.
Oh.
An academic decathlon?
Yeah, I think that's what it was called. And
did y'all have mathletes?
No. So here's what it was. The only reason I did it was my geometry teacher talked me into doing it because there was a debate element in it, and she knew like I was, even at that age, public speaking wasn't that big a deal to me. I was okay doing that.
You were a talker.
I was a talker.
That's how the Uber driver
a little
described
chatty in the front seat. So she talks me into doing it, and I found out you got to miss 2 days of school. So I'm like, all in. What do I need to do to miss 2 days of school? Well, when it rolled around, there was a golf tournament, so I skipped that to play in the golf tournament. They ended up having to take a 0 for my portion, and it cost them any chance of winning the event.
Oh,
so she was very
and
upset.
You still got Mr. Echo after this?
I know. It's incredible. Against all odds, got Mr. Echoes.
Yeah, boy. It showed you had a little bit to play with, right?
I guess so. I guess I had a big lead at the moment. That was Teresa Haynes, my geometry teacher, a very sweet lady. God bless her for having to put up with me. I was an awful student. I've never made any sort of insinuation of anything other than I was an awful student. Yeah. I was a terrible student in high school and in college. I didn't try. I can't.
I know. It really is. It's one of the things that, if I went back, it is one of the things I would do differently. I mean, you're going to be in there for an hour instead of staring at the clock and, scribbling down. Like, I would fill out a March Madness 64 before the season ever started.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to fill out the NFC West, what I think the schedule is going to be.
I know. I'm with you. I'm 100%. I would find anything to do rather than pay attention. And I was a terrible student, not going to lie. I've tried to instill an exact opposite approach for my kids.
So what did you learn out of geometry? Good angles in pool if you're shooting pool?
You use it occasionally in golf.
Yeah.
There was some benefit to geometry in golf.
I'm sure that the best caddies were probably good at geometry, right?
Yeah, I think I used to. You got the rangefinders now. This is before rangefinders. You'd have to walk it off from a sprinkler head with the pin sheet and determine, how far you had from the hole.
This is going to shock you.
Sometimes I had to use what I think is the Pythagorean theorem in that. I think that's what I was using.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do the rangefinders really work? I've never used one in my life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They really started with hunting. You were able to, that's really where they got their start, is you were able to gauge, okay, how far am I from that target in hunting or archery or whatever, and they spilled over into golf. Yeah, they work well. Work so well that the portion that shows you the slope is illegal, so that should tell you how well that works.
You think anybody uses the rangefinder on a court girl?
Mm-hmm. 100%. Like, all right, here she comes. I'm guaranteeing that
is that one Susie or is that Matilda? Those are old names.
Susie and Matilda. Hey, I've yet to meet a cart girl named Matilda.
I do have the betting odds here. This is
all right,
Las
we
Vegas.
got to win the Big Ten.
Penn State has no shot. Ohio State is your favorite.
Okay.
Plus 170. Right behind them, Oregon, plus 230. And then Penn State is third, according to Las Vegas, you can get them as low as plus 240. But some places you can get them at plus 380.
Now, here's where the contrarian would point out, the arguing for devil's advocate, where would I have found Arizona State in those odds last year in the Pac-12?
Oh, yeah, but nobody was talking about Arizona State.
Excuse me, yeah. So you're saying
I'm talking about
when everybody's talking about it and the odds don't match that, that's when you get alarmed. Yeah.
And to me, it's obvious that Ohio State, your defending national champion, is still your favorite with an unproven quarterback in that league. And all the media is saying Penn State's going to win this league, but they're not even – they've got the third shortest odds.
Yeah, cut 9, Tyler. Cut 9. You just stumbled into Ryan Day's talking point here. Ryan Day, talking season, Big Ten media days there in Las Vegas.
More unlikable or likable that he won a national championship?
I get a little tired of hearing about how difficult the job is to deal with.
Yeah.
But all in all, I like Ryan Day.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with him. I mean, when you get a big brand like this and you win, people typically push and pull against you. I am kind of right there with you. You have arguably the best job in college football.
Yeah.
There are headaches that come with having the best job.
That's right. I know fans are overbearing, but without that fan support, your job isn't what it is. You're just coaching Indiana or somebody without that type of fan support.
That would be like Taylor Swift. Correct me if I'm wrong, saying, man, I tell you, I love music, but these fans, it's too much. It's overwhelming. I can't get a drink in a bar. I can't go shopping at a mall. It's just, you're talking about career hurdles that I have to deal with.
That's right, yeah. That would sound crazy coming from Taylor Swift, right? Because your response would be, where do you think you are without those fans? Yeah, you're singing at the Bluebird Cafe in Nashville. Actually, that's a pretty big place to sing. I don't know why.
I've been by it. I've never been to it.
I drove by it this past weekend. We were in Nashville. It is so small. I'd never really seen it. My wife pointed it out because her and my oldest daughter went to a show there last time they were in Nashville. And she's like, there's the Bluebird Cafe. I'm like, man, that place is small. And all the big names go play there.
That is a wild town that you can still see so many of the country music people in the wild.
Yeah. I never really have. And I go to Nashville probably 5-6 times a year. And to my knowledge, I've never seen a big name out in the wild.
Yeah, I'll have people, hey, who's that? And again, I don't know these people.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of times they'll just show up at a place on Broadway and start playing live music. You never know. I've seen Garth Brooks do that recently. He was in some bar on Broadway, just showed up and started playing all his hits, calling Baton Rouge and stuff like that, just out of the blue. Now, there's a reason they're doing it. It probably means they got a show coming up and they're trying to fine-tune a few things. That's common.
Yeah, typically.
Yeah,
that's when the comedians will pop up at an underground laugh factory.
Yeah, I got to see what works and what doesn't, right?
So is Ryan Day in this clip? Is he bitching?
I have not seen it, but you stumbled into something Ryan Day doesn't want to hear. As Ryan Day says, or as Lance says, this is your defending national champion. Don't tell that to Ryan Day.
Last year, the national championship was certainly the cherry on top. But Texas game is, 39 days away from right now, and the team that we have currently, wants to leave their own legacy behind. And they made that clear a week after the national championship game, and some of the comments that they made. And we've said it before, we're not defending national champions because we're not defending anything. they can't take the trophy away. We're looking to attack and win a championship with this team.
I literally heard Nick Saban say that at least 5 or 6 times at Alabama.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's a different world that he lives in now. It was, and I don't know what would be easier or more difficult for Ryan Day, winning that first with all the pressure that was on him, because he heard the noise, the outside noise of going into the postseason last year with 2 losses, another loss to Michigan, going on the road to take on Tennessee. There were people that believed if he lost that game in Neyland, he was going to be out. And instead, they go on, they win a national championship, his first, the one thing that was escaping him. But now that he's won it, you got to completely change the mindset. We are now the hunted.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what would be more difficult. You're right, winning the first one or winning back-to-back. Probably more difficult winning back-to-back, to be honest with you. I mean, a lot of landmines in that schedule, and starting with Texas that he mentioned in game number 1. And then if you have enough good fortune to avoid the landmines in that schedule, now you're in the playoffs where everything's a tough game.
It's interesting because there was a lot of people that believe Ryan Day could never get over that hump. As much all the resources he had, that whether or not he was ever going to win a national championship. And now I think it's easier to say he will win a second national championship. If I put the over-under at a half for another national championship for Ryan Day, because his clock has been completely reset at least for 3 or 4 years.
Oh, heck yeah.
I mean, don't you think that the odds are he wins another one?
I would say if you put it at a half, I'd take the over.
Yeah.
For Ryan Day. I mean, he's at Ohio State. They're always good. They're always in the mix. And now that it's easier than ever to get in the playoffs, I mean, just last year, any other year, they don't even get a shot at the championship. They're playing in a Florida Bowl game. But this past year, it shows you just getting in the playoffs can reset it for any team in there.
Okay, let's do this on the fly just because I think this is interesting where we are today. And Mike Lashlee, I don't know if we'll get to those comments today on how he lost his team last year over NIL and compensation.
Right.
My point there is with the money these guys are making, with all of the stuff they have to deal with, how long will these guys really be coaching? 10 years to me is going to be a long time. From now, 10 years. So if I put these particular coaches at a half national championship.
All right, so I've got a half on these coaches. All right, go.
So you're taking Ryan Day over.
All right, I'll take Ryan Day over the half.
Marcus Freeman over a half.
Yes, not. I mean, I'm not.
I'm just going to keep up with your yeses because we've only got so many years and so many national championships. So we're 1 for 1.
I got Ryan Day. Marcus Freeman is really, really difficult. I mean, he was just in the game last year, so give me a yes on Marcus Freeman.
Dan Lanning.
I would go no on that one. Okay. Nobody's ever done it at Oregon, and Lanning has these weird hiccups in the regular season, and then he didn't last year to his defense, but he's just got these weird hiccups.
He had a weird hiccup in the playoffs.
He did. That was what I was going to say. He didn't have it in the regular season. It was a complete vomiting in the playoffs. So no with him.
Sark.
I would go. Here's where we get conflicted. I picked him to win it this year, but I'm still going to go no.
You're going to go no?
Yeah, I mean,
you have stuck with Texas the whole time. Hey, man, I'm going to roll with them.
But if I had to put my hard-earned money on it,
okay,
if I had to put my hard-earned money on it, yeah.
James Franklin's going to be a no.
That's a no. You won't even let me answer.
Kirby Smart?
I would take over.
Okay, so that's another yes. Kalen DeBoer.
I mean, he's at Alabama. Yeah, I would go yes on him.
Brian Kelly.
Boy, I would have gone yes, Lance, when he first took the LSU job, but I think I'll take the under now.
Boy, there's going to be tough to go. Dabo Swinney.
Could do it this year. They're loaded up this year. I'll take the over on Dabo. I'll give him another one.
Okay, so that was 9. I really can't think of another coach that it would make any sense for me to ask you about.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're going to have to get to another job.
Yeah, because, I don't believe,
You asked me about Kirby, didn't you?
Yeah,
and I took the over there.
Yeah, I asked you 9. You took 5 overs, 4 unders. So, I mean.
You're as close to 50-50 as you can get with 9 coaches.
Yeah, I just can't with a straight face ask you about Mario Cristobal. I can't ask you about Lane Kiffin, Josh Heupel.
Yeah. Forrester said he also picked Texas to win it all, but he'd take Clemson if we did it again today. That's the thing about the 40 and 40.
Hey, you're allowed to change. I changed mine.
Yeah, Tyler.
I mean, I did it on the air. You know, if I did it today, I would take Clemson.
Yeah, you're officially on the record for Clemson. I will remember that.
Scott, isn't that the way it works, though? Like, we turn our 40 and 40. When did we turn that in May?
Oh, I mean, I've got the date. Yeah, it was
sometime in May. And then we go through the 40 and 40, and we start talking about all these teams, and I'm like, well, I tell you what, I like that team better than the one I picked.
I just talked myself into Clemson. It's not like Texas has done anything to convince me they're not going to win it.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like, there's nothing I've seen that I hate about Texas, but now that I've looked at some of these other teams deeper and longer, I'm like, I might like them better.
I want to ask you an even number question just to get this off the 5-4.
Okay.
So I will give you, we've already done Dabo, so Clemson's off the table. You get the rest of the ACC and all of the Big 12. National championship, the half over the next 10 years.
I get the rest of the ACC and all of the Big 12.
Yep.
At a half?
Yep. For 10 years.
Yeah, I'd take it.
And if you had to pare that down.
Don't ask me that. Who do I like in that group? I'm taking Clemson out, but I get everybody else in the ACC.
Yeah, it's almost like Miami get another coach.
I mean, in 10 years. See, so
Florida State was kind of close a couple of years ago because we don't know what would have happened with Jordan Travis. I don't think they would have won.
I don't either, but if he doesn't get hurt, they're in the playoffs.
The Texas Tech's going to be fascinating, right?
It is, but I don't know that you can buy a national championship in Lubbock, Texas. But it's why it's such a fascinating thing to watch for me, because that's what they're going to try to do. And if you can, the whole reason it's fascinating to me is if you can buy a championship in Lubbock, Texas, give me any Power 5 job where you can't buy a national championship.
Well, if you've got a billionaire, there's not.
There's not another one, right?
Well, so what's going to be interesting to me is if Joey McGuire, if it doesn't work out, if he only wins 8 or 9 games this year, I think they will probably make a change. And then who do you go after? Like, I'm not ready to say Rhett Lashlee is a good enough coach to win a national championship. I think he's a really good coach. But if he took that job, would you feel like...
If he took the Texas Tech job?
Yeah.
I mean...
Kenny Dillingham?
I don't know. In theory, you can get a good enough roster that you don't even have to have a good enough coach, right?
Matt Campbell?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would be okay with Rhett. I mean...
Let me ask you a crazy question. Boy, we're all over the place. It's okay. Let's say that Shane Beamer wins 8 or 9 games this year.
Okay.
They don't get to a college football playoff. Joey McGuire gets fired, and Shane Beamer is offered $12 to $15 million to go to Lubbock.
The billionaire is like, not only am I giving you $15 million to coach,
you leave the SEC.
Because we don't get into all of that. Well, hang on, let's do this real quick. Odie's.
I think it is an interesting question, though.
Yeah, it is. And I want to follow up on this, but it's going to be a broader topic, and I don't want to get too far behind here. Odie's is where we'll be tonight.
Yeah, Odie's Team Trivia. We do it every Wednesday. The original location in Crestline. Come out, see us, get there a little early. Enjoy the great food from Rodney Davis, award-winning wings, delicious burgers, great sandwiches like the Diablo sandwich, ice cold beer buckets, Birmingham Institution, Odie's Fest coming up this weekend. By the way, it's Yacht Rock Review. They're going to be playing the original location in Crestline. For tickets, odiesfest.com. But get into one of those 2 great locations. It's Odie's Tavern.
Fran Brown, by the way, Fence Post mentions. How about him, the way he can already recruit? Also, Way to Wellness. Way to Wellness is your journey to getting a better, healthier life. aplanforme.com is the website. aplanforme.com. The reason it is aplanforme.com is Way to Wellness is going to be tailor-made for what you need most. Get your numbers right, get your weight right, get a healthier lifestyle. aplanforme.com, that is the website you will go to for Way to Wellness. Leslie and her board-certified staff are going to give you a risk-free evaluation. You come in, you see what you need, you see if the plan works for you and meets your goals, and then they walk you through every step of it and make sure it is the plan for you. aplanforme.com, Way to Wellness, your journey to healthy living. Not only has it helped Dunaway drop a bunch of weight, it's gotten his numbers back, it's gotten him healthier. He's just healthier and better off than he has been in a very long time. aplanforme.com is that website. For more for Way to Wellness, aplanforme.com. It is exhausting and taxing and confusing to read all of this, Lance. So I don't. So I just depend on the smart people that tweet about it to smartly tweet, and hopefully I've got it right. But whatever happened yesterday in this agreement with the College Sports Council and all of that apparently leaves the door open for you to spend what you want to spend on a college football roster. That's what it looks like. That's what everybody is saying.
Yeah.
That's not me with my Jacksonville State University, School of Law degree trying to talk down to you. I'm just telling you that's what everybody that is in the know is saying is whatever this agreement was yesterday leaves the door open. So I think we're still in a world where if the billionaire at Texas Tech wants to spend $40 million on a team, he can do it.
Yeah, and I think that this is probably, as crazy as it sounds, the only way to do it right now, unless we do get a players association and we make these guys employees and we figure out a salary cap, because the other way is going to be going back to the Wild West, where if you are allotted a certain amount, billionaire at Texas Tech might want to spend more, so you find ways to get around that.
So if you're the Texas Tech billionaire, you're still to Shane Beamer. Let's say Shane Beamer goes 9-3 against that incredibly difficult schedule, which would be, by the way, a very good year for him.
Yeah, could win SEC Coach of the Year and still not get to a college football playoff.
So he goes 9-3. He may produce a top 10 pick at quarterback in Lenora Sellers, and they're one of the first teams left out like they were last year. If I'm the Texas Tech billionaire, I'm like, I'm going to give you a roster just like you got at South Carolina, but you only have to survive the Big 12.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to survive the SEC. So you come out here and you'll be in the playoffs all the time. I'm going to pay you $15 million. Come try to win a championship here. And I think that could be enticing to a coach like Shane Beamer.
Well, and I'll tell you another guy to look out for, because he might not have any options. Let's say Mark Stoops had another 4-8, 3-9. I mean, is Mark Stoops a guy you would take a flyer on? I know you're not a big fan.
I'm not a big fan. You're asking the wrong guy here.
But I tell you, man, what winning 10 games twice at Kentucky, what could he do in the Big 12 with that kind of money with a Texas Tech roster?
If Mark Stoops was losing games the way Hal Mumme did when he was the Kentucky coach, I would be more inclined to do it. Mark Stoops, this shouldn't matter, Lance, but I think it kind of does. He loses ugly. Like, if I'm going to lose, at least lose exciting if I'm a fan. He loses ugly. Like, they play these ugly, nasty games, and they lose, and they're boring, and they're impossible to watch.
Okay, so let me ask you, would you take the Texas Tech job and leave Kentucky if you were Mark Stoops? Get out in front of the posse.
Yeah, I would. Especially if the billionaire, it's not even about my salary. Like, he gets paid a ton to be the Kentucky coach. But so here's the other side of this.
I guess my point is going to be, and you think about this.
I want to come back to Stoops, though.
Okay, so 16 teams in the SEC. The bottom half, is there a possibility one day we could get to a point where Texas Tech is a better job based on the resources?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's already better than Vandy, probably, when you say.
Probably.
It's as good as Arkansas right now.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's as good as South Carolina, Mississippi State.
Yeah, I mean, it's already
Missouri.
as good as or better than some of those other jobs. But when you start putting those kind of resources behind it, in the world we're operating in, it could easily become better than a lot of those jobs.
And if Texas Tech was to make a deep run, and just imagine a national championship, would you start to get other billionaires that would pop up?
In the other schools, you're saying? Yeah. I mean, if you've got any. I don't know how many billionaires care enough like this guy. I mean, that's the thing is a lot of schools have billionaires that went there. How many of them care enough about football to say, hey, I'm going to make this my passion project? And that's what this guy's done. I mean, he established the NIL. He sold his business for $4.1 billion. Now, I'm not saying those two things were connected. I'm not saying he sold his business to run the NIL, but they happened at the same time. So now this guy's got a pocket full of billions, and he's just like, let's go win some games. You may have a lot of graduates that end up being alums that end up being billion-dollar oil men or bankers or investors or real estate moguls or whatever. How many of them care enough about football to say, I don't even care about the return financially. I only care about the return emotionally. And that's what this guy's doing. Like, is he ever going to get a financial return out of this? Probably no.
Yeah,
he's getting an emotional return, though, because he loves and going to watch his team win.
You're a big Dolphins fan. I'm a big Rams fan. If I had $1 billion, it's hard to process this because we're never going to be in this situation. But I don't know if I could spend, $40 or $50 million to assure a Rams Super Bowl. I don't even know if I had $1 billion if I would want to do that. Again, that's one of my biggest passions.
Yeah, you just think it's such a frivolous expense, is what you're saying?
But
for me,
I mean, if you're guaranteed it, then you already know, so you lose the fun of the journey.
That's what I'm saying.
But if you spend it and you don't get it,
I know. Like, it would almost take the fun out of it. Like, part of the fun is the grind and the journey. I don't know how to explain what I'm thinking here. But if you told me you could spend $40 million to guarantee the Dolphins a Super Bowl, it would kind of like take the fun out of it. Like, oh, I know they're going to win it. Heck, we hadn't won it in so long, I should do it. Somebody sent me a tweet.
There we go. Look on
What about-
Good Morning Football right now. Dolphins have not advanced to the AFC divisional round since 2000. This was spot on timing.
You don't think this is news to me, right? Like, I know this. Everybody always sends me these tweets like, the Dolphins haven't won a playoff game. Says they haven't been to the AFC Championship since 1992. I'm like, you guys realize I've lived this. Like, I know these things. You don't have to send me the tweets.
Hey, and that screen grab right there, that's all you need to know about starting quarterbacks in the league. It's just showing the Miami offense with and without Tua since 2022, and it's night and day. I mean, the point production is almost double.
25-16 with Tua, 3-7 without. It's hard to believe, by the way, he's only missed 10 games.
And points
it feels like
per
more.
game, 26.7 with, 14.7 without.
Yeah. Starting quarterback turns out is a pretty important position.
Pretty
in
important.
the NFL.
I am fascinated to see how this Texas Tech thing plays out, though.
What I wanted to go back to in Kentucky, I don't know if you saw this story as it relates to Mark Stoops, but the report was, now again, this apparently is changing by the minute. So this was before whatever this agreement was yesterday that changed everything, right? That of the House settlement funds, like the $22 million or whatever that is, Kentucky, most places were going to go, I think, like 80% football, 20% basketball. The report was Kentucky was going to go 40% basketball. So I know. That's why a guy like Mark Stoops probably starts, like, if a Texas Tech ever cropped up, he probably jumps.
Yeah.
That's
a massive number when you're talking about doubling what most are going to be spending on one sport.
Yeah. I mean, 40. Think of
and I'm not
40%
surprised if I'm a Kentucky fan.
Which way, like if you line the Kentucky fans up and said, okay, we've got $20 million, what percentage should we put on basketball? They probably say more than 40.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Like 40 is probably a bargain.
Yeah, and you'll get
Mark Stoops.
The off fan that's like, man, I've seen all this all my life and these national championships. I just want to see one before I die in football. But to me, that's the minority of Kentucky fans.
I agree. And again, it is why I am so fascinated by how this Texas Tech thing plays out.
Do you think Texas Tech
could be a roadmap for any other smaller program
in this current conference with these resources, with the old school Mike Leach could have won a national championship?
Yeah,
I think so too.
But Leach,
his defenses were so underrated.
Yeah, Leach. It's funny if you could have spent the money defensively, because Leach, his system never really required like dynamic players. I mean,
especially the quarterback position.
I mean, I'm sure there are more than this. Crabtree is the one receiver I can remember that went to the NFL out of his system. And there are more than that, I know. But his quarterbacks, I mean, Gardner Minshew still cashes checks in the NFL, but what other ones were successful?
I mean, Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah, some success, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we remember him more as a coach and an offensive coordinator.
Yeah. I mean, it's Leach. My point there is, like, if you had a $20 million war chest for Leach and went and just bought 11 amazing defenders with his offense, yeah, you could have won a national championship with that. Hey, when we get these billions, Lance, you know where we're going to go first, the Central State Bank, right?
Yes.
Will they direct deposit the money to the Rams or the Dolphins for the championship, you think?
They can do it.
Yeah.
They've got all the modern advances out there, but they've got the old school customer service, which we absolutely love.
That's right. More than 100 years of service means Central State Bank is proud to be large enough to serve you, but small enough to know you. They are rooted in the community, and they are driven by relationships. 6 locations across Shelby County, 1 in Alexander City. Central State Bank offers products and services designed to meet a wide range of individual and commercial needs, because no two needs are the same. Deal with somebody that knows you and is in your community. Central State Bank, rooted in the community, driven by relationships. Central State Bank, member FDIC. All right, when we return, talking season continues. You had 2 coaches yesterday that took dead aim to the Southeastern Conference. One in Las Vegas, one in Charlotte, both of them in the playoffs last year, taking their shots at the SEC. Were they right? Were they wrong? We'll give you our response next on the next round.
Follow Scott Forrester on Twitter at Scott Forrester TV.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services be performed is greater than those of other lawyers. Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the next round to tell you about my friends at Michelson Laser Vision, located conveniently UAB Highlands. Almost 20 years ago, I went in for the procedure. Only took 12 minutes for both eyes. When I went in, I had 2200 vision. I was legally blind. Now I have 20/15 vision, still 19 years later. Make the call today. Schedule a hassle-free consultation. 969-8100. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, Michelson Laser Vision. Make sure you tell them the next round sent you. 969-8100 or MichelsonLaserVision.com. Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
Since you listened to my last message so well and got rid of those cargo shorts and stained t-shirts, it's time to replace them with Rhoback. Go to Rhoback.com and click on the Refresh collection to find all that you need for an EG-approved wardrobe. It includes pieces that will have you ready to hit the golf course after a busy day of meetings, or comfy favorites for travel and working from home. Get 20% off using code TNR20. See, I'm saving you some money.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
If you're looking to expand business and inform the Next Round audience about your exciting brand, contact us. Send an email to sales@nextroundlive.com to be a part of the team and advertise your product to hundreds of thousands of potential customers on our ever-expanding platform. Join our existing partners in the fastest-growing media space, both live and on demand, and reach the most desirable audience for your business. Get information and more by emailing sales@nextroundlive.com, and one of our team members will work with you to take your business to the next level with the Next Round.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between two warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
We continue on the Next Round, presented by Bud Light. We are live in the Birmingham Racecourse Casino studio. We appreciate you joining us as always. Wherever you are watching, gives us a great amount of assistance when you give us a thumbs up or you share us on social media. If you're on YouTube, give that a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and set your alerts on YouTube so you know when we're live. You always get an alert when we go live there. That helps us a lot. And also, whether or not you listen to us on demand, if you would just go to Apple, Spotify, iHeart, Google Podcasts, wherever you get on demand, it helps us a lot when you like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads. That's the big thing. Turn on those automatic downloads. We want you to listen to it. We appreciate all of you that consume us on podcasts. Turn on automatic downloads, though, if you would. That helps us a ton. We greatly appreciate you doing that. Thank you so much for your support in all those areas. I was driving home last night from dinner. We'd gone to dinner with the family, coming back in my neighborhood, and a gentleman and his wife were walking through our neighborhood, and he was wearing a Next Round shirt.
Oh, nice. Did you stop?
I had on a Next Round hat, so I swung over, said, like shirt. I got the matching hat, and he was really nice. So it's good to see. It's the one in fake Dunaway right there, the old, the OG Next Round shirt. Still over. Is that a Stallions hat? We're losing the Stallions, according to reports. Have you seen that?
I did see that yesterday. Forster sent the group text out that there were going to be 4 markets that are going to be relocated in the USFL. I think I saw a couple of days ago where Skip Holtz was trying to spin this and say that Birmingham wasn't going to lose a team.
Yeah, I think he's going on Jock several times and said that. So Skip's standing by Birmingham, but apparently the USFL, according to reports, are not. I hope it's wrong, but
where are other markets where you think you're going to get more of a splash?
So I saw that they were looking at a Florida market, Columbus, Ohio, which, by the way, playing that in the Horseshoe, and I guess is where they would play it. I think there's a soccer stadium up there somewhere, so maybe it's in the soccer stadium. But if you try to play that in the Horseshoe, you want to talk about getting swallowed up.
Yeah,
USFL crowd in the Horseshoe.
I like to remind the USFL, and we appreciate. Look, they've been a partner with us.
They've been a good partner. Yep.
But I don't think just because you relocate, there's going to be this instant appetite for spring football.
Yeah.
I mean, it is niche, It
is. It has not appealed to me the way I always thought it would. I always thought, if we had a good spring league, I would watch it a lot. And I've just found that once spring gets here, I'm itching to get outdoors on Saturday and not sit around and watch football. So I've not watched as much of it. I used to watch a little bit of CFL.
Oh,
back
I remember.
in the day. Yeah. I hadn't watched CFL in forever. But, I mean, here we are. We're 1 week from tomorrow getting an NFL exhibition game. And that was when I would give the CFL up. Once you started getting NFL exhibition football, I'd rather watch that than a CFL game.
Yeah.
So the CFL would just close the gap from June to exhibition season for me.
Well, and I think, and I could be wrong on this, but I think we're such, football followers, and the majority of the show we're talking about that. But because everything has become 24/7 and 365 days a year, college football, there's not really these seasons, at least as black and white as it used to be, because you've got so much going on with the transfer portal and the NIL and everything else. And the NFL, it really has truly become year-round. So, I mean, you can just follow those sports, and a lot of people can be content without having to actually spray the board.
Yeah. So we'll see how that story goes. Hope the USFL stays in Birmingham, but if it does not, wish them all the best. Before we get to the talking season, coaches taking shots at the SEC, Hemp Hill Services will be at my house later today. This is it's proactive. Upstairs, first of all, middle of the summer, Alabama, your upstairs is going to be hot, right?
Yep.
I mean, heat rises. It's just it's science. I know I wasn't a good student, but I know that much science. Warmer than it should be upstairs. I held my hand up to the vent, not ice cold air blowing out of there. So just to be proactive, I want them out there just in case there's a problem starting, right? Get it before it starts.
Okay, I will. I'll tell you another story. I've got somebody's closing my vents in my house. Like nobody's in the house. So I told you when I came.
Tyler, it's the rare criminal that breaks in and closes your vents.
I'm not making this up, but I told. We were on a conference call yesterday, and I told these guys, I was like, man, I walked into the house and it's 75 degrees.
That's right.
And so I walked around. It didn't feel like there was any air circulating, and all the vents were closed. So I opened them up, and this morning it was back down to 69. So I don't know. I don't know who could have done that.
Maybe you need to set up security cameras, like Paranormal Activity style.
I don't want to know if it is. Like, I don't want to have to. I've got a good rate on my house right now.
I love it.
I've got a 267 on my house.
I love it.
And that's this is old man flex.
Rate?
Yeah, my interest rate.
You're not going to get that right now.
Right. So, I would even have to live with a demon. I mean, that's what sucks is where I am right now. So I can't get out. So I don't even want to know that.
I love those dogs closing his vents now.
I mean, something's going on.
I guess that's what it's got to be.
205-229-2090. That is the number you need to call. If it's just not as easy as opening a vent that somebody gets closed or some paranormal spirit closed, our friends at Hemp Hill Services, they come out. They'll make sure the AC unit is properly running. 205-229-2090. Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there. Hard to stop a train. For more information, hemphillservices.com.
All right, so ACC Media Days yesterday. I'm just going to let this play and get your reaction. I've read what he said, and now I've heard what he said. Scott had to dig deep to find. Scott had to scour the internet like my wife to find this when he finally found it, courtesy of Pony Express, which is a great name for an On3 site, Pony Express. Covering SMU at SEC Media Days in Charlotte, here is SMU head coach in Charlotte, Rhett Lashlee, talking about the SEC. Here's what he said.
I learned it had helped me personally. I've been in that league before. I've been in the SEC, so I kind of knew what we were getting into. But I think myself and our team and our staff and our program learned that it really is every week. In the ACC, you can't have an off week or you're going to get beat. It doesn't matter if you're playing at Clemson. And it doesn't matter if you're playing whoever that last place team is at home. If you have an off week, if you play like we did in the playoff game, you're probably going to lose. Look at our Duke game. That was a miracle we won. We went out and turned it over 6 times. We should have lost. And that was a good team. And so it's just a week in, week out. That's the league you want to be in. That's where you want to be. You look at our league. We had like 4 10-win teams, 2 playoff teams, a handful of 9-win teams, 13 bowl teams. There's just not a lot of easy wins on the schedule. And there's other leagues that claim depth. But the SEC's had the same 6 schools win the championship since 1964. The same 6. Not a single one has been different since 1964. It's top heavy to me. That's not depth.
I don't think he's right at all. That is depth, isn't it?
That is depth.
6.
I like Rhett.
I do too. I love Rhett. And I know he's flying the flag for the ACC. I get it.
This is a dumb comment. I guess the SID director, look, these numbers were prepared, but over that same time, and I could be getting this wrong, ACC's got 3 national championships. The Big 12 has 0. I'm talking about current construct.
Right.
The Big 10 has 2, and the SEC has 6.
Yeah.
The SEC has more than the 3 other combined. 6 to 5.
6 out of 16. And by the way, 2 of those have only played 1 year. So if you want to be fair, it's 6 out of 14. And for most of that time, it was 6 out of 12. It was half the league. Since 1964. Since 1964, the SEC has won 30 national championships.
Yeah, you're right. If you put Texas, Oklahoma, it's 8 of 16.
Yeah. If you want to count theirs, right, they've won them.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm counting the current members of the ACC, Big 10, and Big 12.
Okay, so then it's only fair to count Texas and Oklahoma. So it's half the league has not won a conference championship, has won a national championship.
Yeah, and by the way, that almost doubles up the 3 other Power 4s combined.
Yeah.
They have 5 with the ACC, the Big 10, and the Big 12.
See, to me, the Big 10 is the definition of top-heavy. Now, USC is in there, so if you're going to count Texas and Oklahoma, you got to count USC's back in the day.
About that.
But that's 3. That's 3 schools, right?
Okay, am I missing any other ones?
Well, it's 4. You got Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan, and USC.
Oh, Nebraska for the Big 10.
Nebraska, yeah. Boy, you start adding to these leagues, and this gets complicated. But still, that's 5. SEC's at 6.
Washington.
That's 6. SEC's at 6. UCLA, I think.
We got to go Georgia Tech and Colorado, too.
Well, all right, let's don't get...
Yeah, BYU.
But these are teams that won them. Throw Texas and Oklahoma's out. These teams won them under the SEC flag, 30 of them, and 6 teams won. I think that is depth.
Well, and I think if you ask Rhett, back to what we started the show with today, how many teams in the Big 12 can win a national championship? The number is 0. How many teams in the ACC can win a national championship? The number is probably 1. In the Big 10, the number probably stretches out to 3. But in the SEC, you have 4. Some people might go 5 or 6 and can win it this year.
At Brooks, I'm going to take Brooks' math. I'm going to take him at his word here. It makes sense. Of the last 14 ACC titles, Clemson and FSU have won 13 of them. So that's top heavy.
Yeah, right.
That's top heavy. If you want to talk about it. And Rhett got caught. He caught himself, and I'll give him credit because we do this on the show all the time. We're talking 3 hours, and you'll start to say something, and you're like, boy, that is really dumb. I got to fix that as quick as I can. He started talking about, in this league, you go play a bad game, you're losing. And then he remembered his Duke game last year.
Yeah.
And he's like, crap.
He caught it. Yeah.
He's like, really? And he was like, Duke, that was a miracle. There's no way we ought to win that game. But because it was the counter to his argument, I was about to bring it up as soon as the cut was over. I was like, he's talking about playing bad. He forgot about that Duke game last year, but he remembered it mid-sentence. He's like, crap, I got to cover that one. So that's Rhett Lashlee yesterday. SEC was on everybody's mind. Here's Curt Cignetti in just a moment. Cut 10, Tyler, Curt Cignetti, the head coach of Indiana. Both these coaches in the playoffs last year. Do you remember what Curt Cignetti said was one of the reasons he took the Indiana job?
Because it was the only Power 4 he was offered.
Okay, there's that. That would be one.
It was the schedule, right?
It was the schedule. He looked at the schedule.
And I find that hard to believe, don't you?
It seems far-fetched that he's laying in the bed looking at the schedule.
Because I'll tell you this, we looked at the schedule, and I didn't see Indiana doing what they did.
They were 3-8, didn't you? Yeah, but he has said himself, I looked at the schedule, and I'm like, that is a schedule where I could win some games and maybe get to the playoffs. And indeed he did, to his credit. But now, when talking about scheduling, it's a different story from Curt Cignetti. Here's the Indiana head coach at the Big Ten Media Days.
You guys recently announced that you canceled a future home-and-home series with Virginia. Can you talk about what went into that decision and why you think that's in the best interest for your program and the fans?
Yeah, that was a scheduling philosophy that began before I was hired, but I did sign off on it upon being hired before our first season, okay? And look, here's the bottom line, okay? We picked up an extra home game, and we play 9 conference games. The 2 best conferences in college football, any football guy that's objective will tell you, is the Big Ten and the SEC, all right? 12 of the 16 SEC teams play 3 G5 or an FCS game. 12 of those teams play 36 games, 29 G5 games, and 7 FCS games, and 1 less conference game. All right? So we figured we'd just adopt SEC scheduling philosophy. Some people don't like it. I'm more focused in on those 9 conference games.
I mean,
his scheduling is awful. I mean, when you look at it this year, Old Dominion, Kennesaw State, and Indiana State.
I mean, your scheduling wins. Kentucky does it. I mean, to be fair, Kentucky does it. We bash Kentucky for doing
I
it.
just love how prepared these head coaches are with their arsenal to just go after the SEC.
That's what blew me away is that on the fly, Rhett can remember that since 1964, he gave a specific year. Since 1964, 6 SEC teams have won the national championship. And then Curt Cignetti gave even deeper numbers. Like, here are the actual numbers, 29 Power 5, 7 FCS teams. I mean, he had actual numbers that he was able to recall. I didn't even see him look at notes when he did it. Like, these guys are so prepared with their numbers now. It's wild to me.
Well, and I'm so surprised that they're so well, not necessarily Rhett Lashlee, but why would the Big Ten be so guarded against the SEC?
I don't know.
Big Ten's won back-to-back national championships.
I know. And they've beaten SEC teams along the way.
Yeah, that's all they got to do is fly that flag.
Mm-hmm.
But I love the fact that, like, how quick would Curt Cignetti take an SEC job?
In a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I mean, he probably would not jump at Vandy. But I think he'd jump at any of the other 15, don't you?
Yeah, and Rhett Lashlee is going to be fascinating because if he has another solid season, which they should, like I think the floor for them is probably 8-4. If something does happen with Hugh this year, Auburn's first call to me is going to be Rhett Lashlee. And if he turns down that job, boy, he will run. He'll run with that forever, won't he?
He will, absolutely. I was offered the job in the SEC. No, but if Sam Pittman gets fired at Arkansas and they call Curt Cignetti, how quickly does he get on that plane?
I mean,
if Drinkwitz took another job in Missouri, because I don't think he'd get fired this year.
I mean, I say that. Would
you don't think
Cignetti
so?
Take Arkansas? I
think he would.
I don't know. I mean, I would have said yeah. But now, Arkansas has never been close to the college football playoff, and Cignetti was there in year 1.
That was the counter I was going to make.
And could Arkansas pay you more money?
I don't know what Indiana's paying him. It's pretty good right now. He got a sweetheart deal out of this. I can promise you that. I could see him taking the Arkansas job. I could also see him saying to himself, if I can make the playoffs in Indiana, why leave here?
Yeah.
It's going to be harder to make it at Arkansas. Like in his heart of hearts, he knows it is much easier to make the playoffs in the Big Ten in Indiana than the SEC at Arkansas. So maybe he stays. As Forrester points out from the back row, don't forget Rhett is an Arkansas guy. So if that job came open, well, I tell you what, it is not a slam dunk. I would leave SMU for Arkansas.
No.
Would you, Scott? Would you leave SMU for Arkansas?
I'm not saying I would do it.
I know.
Just,
Do you think there's a better chance that he would take the Auburn job? Most people would say is better than Arkansas, but do you think Lashlee would take Arkansas in front of Auburn just based on the fact that he is from Arkansas and maybe the departure from Auburn wasn't great?
I mean, I think if he was offered Auburn and Arkansas, he's going to Auburn.
Yeah, you take Auburn.
I mean,
those two.
If you want to win a championship.
The facts are the facts. Auburn has, been undefeated, uncrowned in 2004, won it in 2010, and played for it in 2013. Well, where's Arkansas's last time they were even close to a national championship was 2011 when they were probably the third best team in the nation.
They probably were.
But they were also the third best team in their own division.
Yeah, they would have been interesting if we would have had, at that point, a 12-team playoff.
Right.
Because they would have gotten in, and I think they could have made noise.
That's really the only time in my lifetime I can remember Arkansas being even close.
Yeah. But the problem was not only were they the third best team in the nation, third best team in the SEC.
Third best team in the West.
And 2011, both Alabama and LSU were really, really
because
good.
I think Arkansas was better than that Oklahoma State team.
Yeah, I do too.
That lost, that got Alabama back in the championship.
Yeah, it would have been a really good game. I think Oklahoma State was probably the fourth best team.
Yeah, but I think you had the three best teams in the country in the SEC West. That was just horrible timing for Arkansas. But in my lifetime, I can't remember them being close except for that. That's the only time I can remember in my lifetime. So, and I've been here a minute, so that tells you kind of what that job is. All right, one more thing before we get to Matt Mosley. Mosley going to talk some NFL and maybe a little Baylor with us. He always likes to bring up the Baylor Bears. We'll ask him what the feel is out there in Waco as they're about to open camp for that Auburn game coming up. Greg from Pell City, though, will climb up on that roof for you and check out your shingles. If you got any loose shingles, he'll make sure those get repaired. If you've got some storm damage, he'll work with your insurance company to make sure that gets taken care of. That is what Greg from Pell City will do. Greg Nelson is his name. You can find him on Facebook if you prefer. Greg from Pell City. Storm Restoration Roofing is the name of his company. Or just give Greg a call and tell him you need him to come out and look at your roof. Here is his number, 205-542-3531. That's 205-542-3531. Greg from Pell City. Storm Restoration Roofing. Trustworthy guy. Family guy, hardworking guy. He'll get up on that roof and take care of you. That's our guy, Greg from Pell City, 205-542-3531. All right, more talking season. We're back to the ACC now. Thomas Castellanos.
Yep.
What do you think he's going to be asked about?
I am going to say he's going to be asked about game number 1 going against Alabama and his comments and how he dominated the ACC over the last couple of years.
And he's had one chance to backtrack on those and did not. To his credit, he stood by them. Here is chance number 3, or I guess chance number 2, for Thomas Castellanos to downplay the comments he made about the Alabama game coming up. And here is his response in Charlotte earlier this morning, courtesy of War Chant Sports at War Chant on social media.
Would you have said some things differently?
Most definitely, but I stand on what I said. Well, we stand on what I said. So I said what I said. We stand on that, and I don't mean no disrespect to none of those guys at Alabama or anything like that. It's just I have confidence in my guys and the work that we've been putting in and preparing and the preparation we've been putting together. So that's all that was. I just no disrespect to those guys, but we stand on what I said.
We stand on what he started with. I stand on what I said, and then realized let's make this team thing. We stand on what I said. That's interesting language.
I mean, did anybody do the follow up? Well, okay. Before these teammates, you did say when you were at BC that you actually, were pretty dominant in this league the last couple of years. Did anybody ask him that?
Yeah, I ran the league by myself. I don't know. I don't know if there was a follow up there, but that's the one that got out. Is we stand on what I said. So his teammates are buying it. And he said last week when he was given a chance to kind of clarify this, he's like, I'm trying to fire my own team up. That's why I'm talking like this. I'm trying to get my team behind me. You say you're wasting your time is what you say to Thomas Castellanos.
Yeah, I think so.
Because you think he's going to get run out of
I
Tallahassee.
do think he is an upgrade from DJU, though.
DJU had just gotten so bad.
Yeah, it's just it's amazing how flatlined he was. Actually, when his first couple of games at Clemson, you saw a ton of potential, and then it kind of went down, and then it flatlined.
Right.
I mean, he was just a C quarterback.
Yep. It's an upgrade. It's an upgrade over DJU. Is it enough of an upgrade to beat a team like Alabama week 1? It would be a big upset.
I mean, is he Jordan Travis 2.0? I don't think. But
I don't know.
I think Castellanos is really good.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's going to be the difference in them going from 2-10 to 10-2.
Yeah, he's an easy target, but I will credit him. Been given 2 chances to back down from this. He has not done it. If you're going to say it, at least stand behind it.
I do like that.
So I'll credit him for standing behind it. All right, so that's talking season. Matt Mosley going to talk some NFL in a moment, but time now for the viewing menu. We do this each day, presented by our friends at Michelson Laser Vision.
205-969-8100. Make the phone call that I made way back in 2003. I had the 2200 vision. I was legally blind without the aid of contacts. After the procedure, which only took 12 minutes for both eyes, 2015 vision better than 2020. Make the phone call that I made, 205-969-8100. Ask for Amy. Tell her the next round sent you. They are going to hook you up with a hassle-free consultation. You have zero to lose to find out if LASIK is right for you. 205-969-8100 or michelsonlaservision.com.
Got an assortment of stuff you can watch tonight. At 7 p.m. on the Paramount Network, you can watch Django Unchained. Great movie and a very odd, funny scene in the middle of it.
The Klan scene?
Yes.
Yeah, one of the funniest movie scenes I've ever seen.
Yeah, and you wouldn't expect a
Nope.
scene like that to be in this movie, but it is hilarious.
Generally don't get much humor out of the Ku Klux Klan, but in
Right.
that scenario, that was hilarious.
A nice cameo from Jonah Hill in that scene.
Yeah.
We've also got a new addition to the Max catalog. They've added Get Shorty. I've never seen this, and it just always kind of looked like discount Pulp Fiction.
Top 10, top 15 for me.
Okay.
Elmore Leonard actually wrote the novel. Travolta plays Chili Palmer flawlessly. Won a Golden Globe for that performance. I think it's great because it intertwines organized crime and comedy and the world of Hollywood. Gene Hackman, Danny DeVito, Rene Russo, Delroy Lindo, James Gandolfini. I mean, it's a great cast. It's great
I like
movie.
that cast.
Yeah.
I'll definitely check it out. And then on Prime, you've got this just a random collection of the public domain horror movies that I love and think are absolutely terrible. So you've got Cinderella's Revenge. You've got the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey, which I've seen both of. There's a sequel.
Oh, wow.
They introduced
Needed
Tigger,
two of those for
and
sure,
he's
yeah.
basically like a Freddy Krueger type of character.
A good reality show would be Rogue Babysitter that shows kids movies like that.
I think that, that
Rogue
could work.
Babysitter. The kids sit down and watch movies. Yeah.
A good,
What are
good
you guys
prank
going to
on
watch tonight?
Nathan for you.
We're going to watch some Winnie the Pooh. Now, Winnie the Pooh's got a hatchet and a blood bucket, not a honey bucket.
I can't remember what classroom that actually happened in. Somebody brought in a movie saying it was like a cartoon or something, and then it ended up being like a very dark, graphic horror movie because the substitute teacher was in that day. And then we've also got Screamboat. I saw this earlier this year in theaters. David Howard Thornton, who's best known as Art the Clown from Terrifier, plays Steamboat Willie in this movie. On the last ferry of the night in New York, passengers and crew are hunted by a merciless rat, and what should have been a peaceful crossing turns into a bloody massacre. It's absolutely ridiculous and idiotic, and there's a ton of Disney jokes.
Okay, well, speaking of boats, I did watch The Disappearance of Amy Bradley, the Carnival Cruise, the three parts.
Not good?
It's just one of these that takes so many turns, and I don't think I've figured anything out
Would
at all.
you recommend it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, just an easy, thoughtless watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that, Tyler, especially the trilogy there at the end. Those all sound absurd and ridiculous.
Yeah, and by the way, if you're checking the chat, see if people think she's dead or alive, Amy Bradley.
Okay, so in the chat, if you've watched this, dead or alive, and before Mosley, I'll give you the update on that. All right, Matt Mosley talks some NFL. When we return, it is the next round presented by Bud Light for the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studio. We talk NFL with Mosley next.
Everything Next Round is on demand now in the podcast section at nextroundlive.com.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
What are you waiting for? It's non-stop gaming action at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Come play more than 900 of the latest and greatest games around, featuring fun bonuses and big jackpots. You can wager and win on horse and greyhound races from all over the world. There are more ways to win at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Birmingham Racecourse Casino, located off I-459, exit 31, Derby Parkway. Must be 21 or older.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Hang out with the next round on the go. Whether you're driving to work, running errands, sitting on the beach, or you just need a break from the real world, we can keep you company. Check out the next round, Mystery Fifth Hour, and our other shows on your favorite podcast app. We'll meet you there.
No matter the occasion, the Next Round store has you covered with whatever you need. Head over to nextround.store and start filling your cart up now. When you wear your gear, make sure to let us know by posting on socials, and you might just end up seeing yourself during a commercial break. Go browse now at nextround.store and place your order before the break ends.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today. Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between two warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
We continue on the next round. Along with Lance Taylor, I'm Ryan Brown. Dunaway will be back with us tomorrow, about to talk some NFL with Matt Mosley. In the chat room real quick, Seth says taken out in luggage. Anthony says alive. Jay Bake says I'm going to go with she's hasta la vista. Keith, she's working at the Bunny Ranch. We got a lot of human trafficked theories here. So
I mean that's kind of the angle they took on this. And once I was like, okay, she jumped. And then the very next thing, okay, she was killed. The very next thing, you know what? She's being sex trafficked in Curacao or
Colton says she's alive. I believe the girlfriend made up the whole message in a bottle thing. This sounds like quite the
message in the bottle. That's when it kind of was kind of the jump the shark moment for me.
All right, let's go to Matt Mosley on that note and talk a little NFL. Mosley, what is up? How are you?
Good morning, guys. It is good to be with you. And,
mostly, you ever sent a message in a bottle?
No, and I would not know how to do that. Like I always, those bottles that people would put like little tiny chairs in and things like that. That always looked interesting to me, but not something I could pull off. But no, I haven't written a message to anybody in about 25 years, and I certainly wouldn't put it in a bottle and wouldn't, I don't know. do those things still happen, or is that what you were saying?
I mean, that was apparently in this. So
I got baited into one of these. I was trying to just get an easy watch for a second. I didn't realize it was 3 parts. It was the disappearance of Amy Bradley. It was a Royal Caribbean cruise line. It's a Netflix little mini series, and I kind of got baited into this. And there was a message in the bottle moment.
I've been on one of those Royal Caribbean cruises even last year, and there were moments I thought about bailing out on that thing at sea. But yeah, no, it was a pretty good experience on one of their larger ships. But yeah, I'll tell you what you do when you have those moments where one of those true crime things looks good, and that late at night, and it is weird that we sometimes think, well, let's unwind and let's just have something before we go to sleep that, and we always choose like these grisly murder deals. Like there's something wrong with us. But the other night, I did the Billy Joel one.
Oh boy, I've heard good reviews. Yeah, I've heard good reviews about that, Mosley.
Yeah. And it's just, I think we've all liked a lot of his songs over the years and sort of are aware he's in our lives, and we're about the same age. We can only remember him being huge. And it's just always interesting to go back and like look how it could have gone a different direction, and then look how like the first wife, who I couldn't even remember and was kind of out of gone by like the early 80s.
Wasn't it his best friend's wife?
Yes, he did take up with, and I think that happened with the Beatles too. Clapton kind of jumped in there, George Harrison's wife, and maybe got to know her, but then they married. But yes, it did happen like that. Although Billy comes off looking okay because of how badly he felt about it. Like if you're going to snake your best friend's wife,
I showed plenty of contrition. Yeah,
you've got to show like extreme remorse. And Billy tried to take his own life a couple of times.
That's right. Yeah.
Like that's how bad he felt about it. So for some reason, to me, it was like, well, Billy felt bad enough about it that I think everything. And the guy came back and they ended up friends. That's what's crazy about the rock business is that those things don't feel good at the time, and yet somehow, by the way, that happens in college football. I won't get too specific, but yeah, there are coaches that some of those things have happened. Among coaching staffs with wives, and certainly we will not delve into that too much. But these things do happen.
Is that Big 12 or SEC mostly?
Well, they're in the SEC now.
Oh wow!
But nobody part of that thing, that whole situation is anywhere close to the staff many years ago. So nobody can be implicated that's around now.
Sure.
I wouldn't want Coach Buck, hearing like, what are they doing? No, this is like 30, 40 years ago.
Yeah. Okay.
So, speaking of SEC coaches, we went as high as 6 coaches could lose their jobs in the SEC this year. When I look in the Big 12, I count 5 possibly, including Dave Aranda. Is that fair?
Well, that's very interesting that you would say Aranda, because last year, very, very much so. And then he kind of turned it around. So I would say Baylor, maybe it's our Baptist roots, and that's my alma mater for people that haven't heard me on here before. But I would say Baylor of the Big 12 schools is the most benevolent, is the most willing to kind of ride some things out. But yeah, I mean, I think the expectations are actually high enough.
Is that i.e. Dave Bliss and Art Briles?
What about them?
No, you said Baylor's benevolent and they ride things out. I said, is that Dave Bliss and Art Briles?
No, I mean, they didn't ride those things out. And certainly kind of moved on. I mean, there are Big Ten and SEC schools that would have just kept rolling. And I did, I don't want to get sidetracked here, but ESPN did an interesting thing where they looked at the numerical, like in the past 20 years, who'd done the best coaching jobs in the country. And they didn't base it on any kind of anecdotal, like it was true numbers based on where a program had been and the success they had. And Briles showed up number 2 of the best coaches of the past 20 years based on those things. You know who was number 1? It was the guy who sent Art, the player, who lit that scandal on fire. And it was Chris Peterson. Man, the guy has beautiful teeth. I think he's on some kind of, Fox type thing now. And Chris Peterson was number one, best coach in the past 20 years based on kind of what they inherited sort of thing. And Briles was second. So, I mean, I guess we'll certainly never know. But, all the horrible stuff that happened aside, he is one of the greatest coaches in the history of college football. I mean, I really believe
so
that.
Are we more sympathetic with Art Briles or Billy Joel?
Well, I think that's a fair question. Art did not get after anybody's wife, and certainly, has stayed married for many, many years. So he's got that in his favor. And Art is a personal friend of mine, although I always felt bad about that because it's like I was on in Dallas area radio at the time and everybody was waiting to see what the Baylor guy would say. And you couldn't like run to his side when all that thing was so hot and so crazy and so much coming out that, that was, I don't know. Art and I still talk, but it's not, but I would say probably, I would lean toward Art over Billy. Although the longest time or whatever that song is. And then, just hit after hit. When we were in the perfect age for like Uptown Girl to be big. Christy Brinkley was that model. Like that was a dude who kind of looked weird and he was really short and kind of just strange, but he's proof that, man, if you can play that piano, I always thought, not all of us stopped piano lessons at some point. Some of us never started. But, man, you get to a point in life and you realize if I had kept that up, I could have done some things. And that 5-finger approach he has with he's just like it's a different thing than like Billy Elton will kind of like just bang on that piano and does some, honky cat kind of thing. And Joel just like the melodies and like what he could do. He is a genius. I think he's become such in pop culture and all. It's just almost like a meme or something. At this point, he's so popular and his songs are so popular. We sort of forget that guy is not that far behind McCartney and Lennon when it comes to musical genius. And then you got to throw some of the Beach Boys in there too. We just lost Brian here recently, guys. I don't know if you heard that.
We just lost who?
Brian Wilson.
Oh, Brian Wilson. Okay, yeah. All right. I was never a big Beach Boys guy. Yeah, my apologies.
Oh, that's great.
I mean, we've gone an hour and 12 minutes of the show. I haven't mentioned the death of Ozzy Osbourne. I mean, that was a big loss too.
Yeah, but you can't.
76 for Ozzy is 350 for most people, right? I mean, honestly.
I was going to say you gotta kind of when Ozzy Osbourne from Black Sabbath makes it to 76, you got to say pretty good ride.
Yeah.
Pretty good ride for him. And I don't know. Now, when that show became so popular and he would have been like in his 60s with Sharon and some of the kids and everything, had he gotten sober or was that part of the show? Was he still drinking on that show?
I thought he was sober on that show.
Yeah, I think he was sober, Mosley. Yeah. His brain was just mush.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how did he? What's crazy is he performed a show recently.
Did
they just prop him up there?
They did.
They put him in a throne.
Yeah, they built a throne, and he sat on the throne and mumbled. I mean, it was very sad to watch, but I think everybody knew it was his last show. Like they said, this is it. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it in Trash.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Okay. I was out that day, I assume.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Well, it looks like Dunaway's out. I've been monitoring. Y'all done some. I love when y'all go to SEC Media Days because I just feel like y'all are already famous people around Birmingham, but like the SEC Media Days kind of launched y'all. And again, not that you weren't already known. I don't want you to take it the wrong way, but I just feel like when y'all are there and all those coaches are swinging by and they know, hey, we got to go to Feinbaum because he's national. But the next round's like right there with that. It's like we need to go do them because that's a huge platform. And like people will take jobs. Like I had a buddy named Taylor Bryan who y'all know.
Yeah. Taylor interned for us. Did you know that?
Okay. Yeah. I think I did. I know that. And I swear part of the reason he just took that job at Auburn is just to be closer to you guys. Like, I think he's just like, I need to get back. I need to get back closer.
Has nothing to do with the fact that he's literally from Birmingham. He's got to be closer to us, right?
No,
Yeah.
I think he really doesn't want to be around family. But I think he wants to get around Coach Freeze, see if he can get a couple of rounds in with him.
Matt Mosley is with us at Matt Mosley on social media. At Matt Mosley on social media. All right, so yesterday, let me find that. Hang on. Yesterday, Lance challenged us to come up with the biggest rises or falls year over year in wins in the NFL. I think he and I both agreed San Francisco had to be the easiest one. They had 6 wins last year. I think that could climb by as many as 6 this year to 12. Was that the easiest one? I thought Detroit was pretty easy too. They had 15 last year. I think they'll drop to 10.
Ooh, that's sacrilege to for a Dan Campbell coach team to think that they might have a 5. 5 loss drop there.
Well, they lost.
I still think
they lost Frank Ragnow. He's a Hall of Fame center. They lost both their coordinators. Now Lance downplays the Aaron Glenn a little bit, but what are you laughing at? He's a Hall of Fame center. I mean, that's an important position.
Right now, no, I mean he's good. He's good, kind of a Viking type guy.
Yeah.
I've always liked his name and everything, but I mean, I think they'll move on. I mean, Campbell is. Let me say this. He's a little bit the Saban of the NFL right now because Saban had those guys leaving every year, and he just kept churning people through, and he turned that into kind of a halfway house. Come on in, Sark. You've had a little, you've had some issues. Get on in here, Kiffin. You've made an ass of yourself. Get on in here. And he just rehabbed all these careers. I don't even think Dan has to rehab the careers, but he is a monster. I never knew it would be to this extent, but Campbell's got something going that is a little Saban-esque, and there's something in his eye, and I've known him for years because he played for the Cowboys, and he's an Aggie and all that kind of stuff. But you don't take 5 wins away from somebody that has become a top 3 NFL coach. So I would caution you on that. Like if you're thinking about doing something in Vegas or anything. So right. I would say if they come down at all, it's to 13.
So Cowboys start camp on Monday, this past Monday, Mosley, and it looks like Jerry Jones already going back and forth with players. Dak Prescott, now Micah Parsons has come out. Where is Jerry typically with the respect of his players?
Well, I mean, you saw yesterday, that was a very coordinated response that Micah and Trayvon Diggs stood next to him, and they did kind of a joint news conference, and that was in response to Jerry's comments. You have to understand, Jerry in his mind thinks all this is fun. Like he has such an appetite. Like he could not care less. Even if Micah came out and said something horrible about Jerry or his family, it would not even faze Jerry. So this was some kind of weird, but I bring you back. I got to bring some perspective because CD had a deal too. They took a little poke at CD, and I happened on the Doomsday podcast. That was Steven talking to Ed Werder and me. By the way, Ed, who is just, it would be easier to manage like 300 employees than one, and that is Ed Werder. And Ed's already questioning me. My decision was to go to camp the 3rd through the 6th, try to keep the budget down, spend a few days, August, go out there for the Rams practice. And Ed, I get the Ed text last night, and he's like, well, we screwed up. We missed all the headlines. And I just said, Ed, there'll be more. Like the Cowboys produced plenty of headlines, but Ed was very down. And it's never like a we made a mistake here. It's always like, Mosley, you screwed this one up. So apparently I really screwed up by not being out there for the first of it. But again, this Micah thing's going to go on throughout camp. And it's the dumbest holdout ever. Like at least Trey Hendrickson from the Bengals, you name it, whoever's holding out right now, at least they go away and actually have a holdout. Like, Zach Martin, Zeke. So Zeke was running around in Cabo, I think, and whoever else CeeDee Lamb was somewhere off. this is the dumb. I mean, Micah cannot help himself. He's going to hang out throughout camp, and it's just going to be a weird thing. Like when does this ever work for anybody? And the Cowboys will end up paying him huge money. So, like, all of this stuff is fluff and drama, and it's fun because it's the Cowboys, but we all know the outcome. The outcome is about a week before the season, he will end up making $42 to $43 million a year. Okay. And what did Watt make? That's a new thing I'm going to do, by the way. That's a Mac Rhodes. I learned it from Mac Rhodes and other. You punctuate. Y'all heard this at SEC coaches. They punctuate each sentence with okay. It's like a real power kind of thing. Or it's the other thing where people say, you understand what I'm saying? You understand? And it's like, yeah, I understand. You didn't say anything like that great. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I can't stand people like that. Anyway, guys, sorry to go off on that, but where were we? Oh, Micah's deal's going to get done, $42 million a year, and all this other stuff will just be part of the drama, part of the Cowboys. But Jerry can't help himself on these things, because what Jerry is doing is putting the agent in his place, and he's been doing it the whole time. He's like, we are too big to talk to your silly little agent. And he's even said, I don't even know the name of the agent. So Jerry's strategy here is to belittle not Micah. He called Micah extremely savvy, although he did take a little shot at him for missing those 6 games. But he called him extremely savvy. But what Jerry has effectively done is try to knock the legs out of a negotiator. He's tried to basically say, I couldn't give a rip about who represents you, and go straight to the player. And it's an old Jerry technique. And you could say, does it work or not? Most of the times it doesn't. But that's what he's doing.
All right, he is Matt Mosley. He told you he's a Baylor grad, okay? So what is the excitement level, Mosley, for this Auburn game? What's the Baylor Nation feeling right now for this Auburn game?
Man, we're just hoping Coach Freeze is making the turn right now. He's had a good front 9, and we just, hope he continues. I know he's only I think he's recorded about 12 rounds for July, and just hope because I'll tell you who doesn't go to the golf course, and that's Dave Aranda. I don't even know if Dave, drops by the house. I think he does have a family, but the man does not leave. He's kind of one of those old school, like Parcells. I covered Parcells for a long time. Parcells loved to tell you about he and Zimmer trying to beat each other to the facility, and they'd get there at 3:30 a.m. or 4 a.m. And what can you get accomplished at that time? I don't know. I don't ever want to find out. But I think it is an exciting start. Baylor starts with Auburn and SMU.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that's a tough little 2-step there. But you have a guy who's trying to rehab what appeared to be a great career coming out of high school in Jackson Arnold. And I know Lance is pretty high on him, if I remember correctly. And then you have Sawyer Robertson, who Bruce Feldman and others have said, and I believe this to be the case, if Baylor could get to 9 or 10 wins, he will be in the Heisman race. And I know you're like, well, what about Arch and all these other people? Nussmeier, I get all that. All those people are great. And the Klubnik, the guy from Penn State. Why do we always think a Penn State quarterback's going to be great?
That's a great question. James Franklin never produces a great quarterback. Yeah.
I mean, there's somebody who's the best quarterback to come out of Penn State in the past, like that's been a really good NFL quarterback in the past 20 years.
Well, not NFL quarterback, but Trace McSorley was a really good college quarterback.
Okay.
But it's been a decade. It's been almost a decade.
Most of these schools have put out like a solid NFL quarterback at some point.
That's
like somebody
right, yes.
You go, that guy's good. And is there somebody named McGloin who went there or something?
Matt McGloin, yeah.
Yeah, he might. I don't know. That name popped into my head, but that was like 15 years ago or something. Yeah.
All right. So there's a quick preview of Auburn and Baylor. Very excited. What?
But one more thing.
Yeah.
And I'm doing more SEC talk than ever because I've got something called the E-Radio Network. I'm syndicated now, and I'm on in Louisiana on some of these Fox and ESPN affiliates in Louisiana, Texas, and Arkansas. And so I'm having to learn a lot of these rosters and do more than I have. And I can't say, and the Auburn thing fascinates me because like while I'm reading about the sort of lack of recruiting momentum, people think that Auburn could be better this year. And I love this thought of like Arnold, for whatever reason, Freeze thinking in his system that Arnold is just like the perfect fit. I don't even you guys are maybe more X's and O's guys than I am. He was talking about the belly system. I literally don't even know what that means. Like something about, I must be like, I don't even know. I heard Freeze talking about it. But that will be very, very interesting, because to have a guy who was one of the top rated quarterbacks in the country, who flamed out at another SEC school, if he can bounce back. And I'll just tell you this, Baylor has top running back in the Big 12. Got a great linebacker in Keaton Thomas. And not that Auburn's not used to playing in the heat, but, you are going to come into a place that's going to be, even though that game's at like 6 or 6:30, we're talking it'll still be 100. It's going to be that's a Friday night game.
Yeah.
And there's one other Friday night game. Lance, I'm sure, has already handicapped that one. But to me, this is one of the more fun games of that weekend. And I know y'all have been talking about it,
of course,
for weeks, which I like. I mean, y'all started your preview, your top, your famous top 25 about 5 months ago.
Yeah, 40 40. We did 40 shows leading up to SEC Media Days. Yep.
You didn't call me from Baylor. It's like,
no, we did. That is incorrect.
Yeah, we did.
We did. I'll go back and read the tags.
Hey, so Mosley, because we started with music with Billy Joel, you ever come across anybody famous that had a Coldplay moment with the Jumbotron?
Man, we've all known that poor guy. We've all known the guy in the company that's kind of like that. And that was a rough scene. I mean, isn't it amazing how these things, and the other one was that one that I don't even want to bring up because people are getting sued for even mentioning it. That Ole Miss thing really caught fire.
Yeah, a lot of lawsuits in that one, yeah.
I know, and I'm sure you guys did not get involved.
We did not, actually. We
really partake in that at all.
We were very careful.
Yeah, we glossed over it.
Yeah,
but
we were very careful on that one. At the moment,
Dunaway's probably at one of Nate's summer practices or something. Like, gosh, this guy loves basketball. I have never. I mean, that was smart of y'all, by the way, because every other SEC type platform is like, why are they doing all that basketball? But that was smart, because there are great basketball teams right there in y'all's area.
Yes.
And y'all kind of leaned into it. Now, Ryan, Lance, you guys just completely wash your hands of it. Y'all, other than having Bruce Pearl's son on every week, y'all don't want any part of it. But Dunaway just digs in like no other. He's basically on that Alabama roster. I see him more than I do that kid with a mustache that was there for so long, the 6'9" kid from Alabama. It's crazy.
Grant Nelson is who you're talking about, yes. All right.
I like that guy.
He is Matt Mosley. Go follow him on social media at Matt Mosley. Mosley, thank you very much for the time. Have a great week.
Good to be with you guys.
All right, buddy. Take care. Mosley with us on the Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys Hotline. Lance, tell them about Woodhouse Day Spas. Get those brownie points right now so you can watch all the football you want.
Absolutely. We have football season coming up, and whether it's that every Saturday and Sunday, you're going to be hanging out with the guys watching games, or you're going on that guy trip, whether you're going on a golf trip, beach trip, deep sea fishing, make sure the wife or girlfriend is taken care of with our friends at the Woodhouse Day Spa, located at the Summit Shopping Centers right off of Highway 280. You can choose from a menu of over 70 options, including the body treatment, skincare, massages, waxing, nail services. Woodhouse Day Spa, voted America's best day spa since 2009. You can order that special person gift online 24/7. Birmingham.woodhousespas.com. Gift card, simple solution. You can buy them again 24/7 online, or stop into the Summit Shopping Centers. Go see Stuart and the great staff and tell them the next round sent you.
All right. Our Bojangles Tender moment of the day is a really cool moment. There are 3 kids in the Wrigleyville area. Have you seen this video?
I have not.
Taylor McGregor has the video. This is from Taylor's social media. This is such a kid thing. They're doing a lemonade stand, and if they raise enough money on the lemonade stand, one of the kids is going to put stars in his hair like Pete Crow Armstrong did, the Cubs star, right? I mean, that's the most kid lemonade stand thing ever. Like, if we get enough money, he'll put some stars in his. Like, anybody cares, but it's big to the kids.
Yeah,
so everybody jumps in.
Hollywood Pete, these Cubs fans love him.
Oh, they do. So Hollywood Pete with the stars So they're about to get a big surprise. Taylor McGregor has the video. Tyler, hit it. This is our Bojangles Tender moment of the day.
Hey!
Hollywood Pete.
Stars in his head if we get enough money.
Yes, I heard.
Yeah.
He's getting better, boys. I like what you guys are doing here.
Can you
man.
autograph?
Yeah, do you want me to autograph something else?
I get a picture with you.
You just want the paper towel?
Crazy.
That's as good as it gets, guys.
Can I get a picture with you?
Nice to see the hair.
Yeah.
Looks good already.
Hey, and here's the follow-up. Scott's got the follow-up photo. They must have raised enough money because kid got stars in the hair.
Well, I'm going to say that Hollywood Pete probably bought the lemonade stand from him.
I would think so.
I want you to wear his jumpsuit that he's got on
It
there.
looks a little hot. A little too much clothing for this time of year for me.
Is it maybe a golden goose with the stars there?
Could be.
You think Brad would look good in that?
I don't think that's quite your style.
Oh, you know, I love when he walks up and the kid's like, he said if we raise enough money, he's going to get stars in his hair. PCA's like, yeah, that's kind of why I'm here. Really cool moment.
Do you ever feel guilted to pull over to the lemonade stand?
I do. There's a park in my neighborhood, and I have to go by that park to get to my house. And it is a frequent lemonade stand site in that park, in the little front part of that park. And you always got kids out there with the signs. Normally, I don't want the lemonade. Like, if I've got some cash on me, I'll just give them the cash rather than the lemonade.
Yeah. I pulled up the other day, and I was taking a left to go into my cul-de-sac, and they had positioned themselves just a little bit further up.
Right.
So it was, do I pull past the stop sign, put the hazards on? So I just took a left and
just ignored them.
Yeah. I thought it was a bad setup.
Yeah. You know what that didn't help? That didn't help their mission fund when you ignored them.
Sure didn't.
Yeah.
See, that's why I never carry cash on me. If I get cash, I either immediately spend it on gas or put it in my bank account. So that way I'm never guilted.
Yeah.
I feel like anytime you have cash in your wallet, you get more people asking for money.
That's interesting.
Wow.
People should not know you've got that cash, but
I think people smell
interesting.
it.
Never heard that theory at all. What I don't like about the lemonade stand is when the rogue parent is there.
Yeah.
I like the kids being on
That's
their
right.
own.
It's like it's like an enterprise when it's the kids.
Yeah, and look, and they're learning on the fly. You don't want mom and dad being the guardrails.
Yeah, that's what was going on here. By the way, that is the Bojangles Tender moment of the day. From sweet to heat, Bojangles has 7 sauces. We'll definitely add a little extra flavor to every bite. Nothing pairs better with those sauces than hand-breaded tenders. So if you're looking for sweet, try honey mustard. You want to add some tang, try barbecue. If you're looking for some heat, creamy buffalo or peach honey pepper. If you're craving smooth and creamy, house-made ranch, jalapeno ranch, classic Bo sauce, ready and waiting. So head to Bojangles, order some hand-breaded tenders with your favorite sauce today. It's Bo time. Before I tease this, are you ready for the thing with EG, Tyler?
Yeah, sure.
That was less than ensuring there. Do we want to wait till 11?
No, we can go ahead and
Okay,
knock it
all
out.
right. Can you summarize what's about to happen here? EG and I are competing against one another?
So you do have everything ready?
Yes, it's 9 each instead of 10.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay.
So basically we're going to let Tyler is going to throw something out from EG's era.
Okay.
Brown, you've got to describe what it is.
All right.
And then we're going to throw EG something from your era.
Okay.
And see if she can actually
There you go.
pull it off.
We'll see if we can get any of that right. That is next on the next round.
Call the next round now at 205-734-0923.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
Your representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
This hour of The Next Round is presented by the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, now featuring 7 days of giveaways with your chance to win a share of up to $125,000. The more you visit the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, the more chances you have to win.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
It's time to pull the trigger on the Next Round merch that you've been eyeing. We know there's a lot to choose from at nextround.store, so here's a few of our favorite picks. If you want to match LT and Brown, go with a TNR logo hoodie and throw in one of Dunaway's favorite hats. Any of them will do. The Backroom's go-to is the classic logo t-shirt, while my personal favorite is the light blue TNR crew neck. All of these items can be found at nextround.store and are EG approved. Rest assured, your order will be packed with lots of love from us here at the Next Round. Head over to nextround.store to start filling up your cart.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone, the New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well-done service.
New Life Art is proud to announce Daniel A. Moore's upcoming Alabama basketball painting, Buzzer Beater. Closing out the regular season, Alabama and Auburn faced off in a top 10 matchup. With less than 1 second remaining in overtime and the game tied at 91, Mark Sears launched a 15-foot floater that sealed the Tide's victory. Visit DanielMooreArt.com and see the artist's preliminary sketch of this historic Bama win. And take advantage of special pre-production pricing for Buzzer Beater.
As we all know, there's no off-season when it comes to college football. If you want to stay in the know with all things Auburn, join us over on thebarnauburn.com and get $25 off your annual subscription. We'll keep you up to date and give you exclusive content all the way to the first Saturday of football season on thebarnauburn.com.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
All right, we continue on the Next Round. EG has joined us. Emily Grace McWhorter. What is up, EG?
Hey, guys.
How are you?
Good.
Fired up to get back on campus soon.
Yes, fall camp soon.
Fall camp. She'll be doing reports for us during the show from fall camps throughout
August,
Alabama.
Yeah.
Have we even got a schedule yet?
Not yet. We have a meeting next week to hopefully hammer some of that out.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So you don't even know where you'll be first,
No,
Auburn or
I do not.
Tuscaloosa?
Do you agree, being with us the last couple of years, that Tuscaloosa is the hottest city in the summer in the world?
Statesboro, Georgia is.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I think every small southern state
Yeah.
has got their town.
I agree. Yeah.
Auburn may go camp first because of the Friday game. I think they can,
Yeah.
by rule, they could open a day earlier
And
than
I think
Alabama.
that last season, if I'm remembering correctly, they did open first. So I was down there a little earlier.
I think by rule, because they play a Friday game, they get a day earlier than Alabama because today all the week 0 teams can open camp today. So Iowa State,
We're
Kansas State.
getting
I know.
so close.
It's so exciting. So exciting. Lance has a segment EG is going to participate in. Before we do that, Lance is also going to tell you about Twin Peaks.
No one does happy hour like our friends at Twin Peaks. Whatever your preference, they got everything from the tequila cocktails, extensive bourbon category to top shelf spirits, cocktails served over the ice balls, local craft beers, handcrafted whiskey cocktails round out that adventurous drink menu, second to none. And of course, don't forget about those signature 29-degree drafts. Ours are 35 in studio. Twin Peak girls running around. Stop in for lunch or dinner. Watch all your Major League Baseball action right there at Twin Peaks.
Friday is show number 1,000. Sterling from Champions is bringing lunch, and he's also going to do a hot ones, which I am told EG is refusing to participate in.
Yeah, no, you will not catch me doing that.
Why? You don't like hot stuff?
Don't like hot stuff. Don't want to be in a compromising state on camera.
Okay, let me say this, though. On the hot ones, names like Margot Robbie, Dua
Jennifer
Lipa,
Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
Jennifer
No,
Lawrence.
I've seen it. It's just not my speed. But I really applaud y'all because I will cheer you on.
But if we needed a fourth to round it out,
No.
You won't even like try one?
No.
is it more about the sauce on the face, the wings and the
Just
teeth,
the
sweat?
principle. No, yeah, just not my speed. And that's okay, but I'm sure amongst all of our employees, we can find someone.
Okay, if Sean Evans called you, though, much like he called Sydney Sweeney recently.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, sure, I'll do hot ones. Would you do it?
Hard pass.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, if she won't do that one.
Yeah. No, yeah, nothing against our setup or who's putting it on, but it's just not something I want to have a digital footprint of.
Interesting.
I honestly agree with that.
Yeah.
That's not a bad
Are you
choice.
backing out now?
I'm not backing out necessarily, but I've
Okay,
never
but you
been
can see
I'm just
Jazzed
saying,
up
all
to
of
begin
these
with. I think-
beautiful celebrities have digital footprints, and they're vulnerable, and they let themselves be open to this.
Doesn't mean
I
it
think
has
it'd
to be me.
I think it'd be good for your career.
I disagree.
I think it shows a different side of you.
No, I'm okay.
I think it shows you being vulnerable.
Besides, the best content we're going to get would be from Melton eating this, and he's like hard out, and I don't think any of us could force him to do it.
No, that's true.
That's
yeah,
true.
you're not going to force Melton
No,
into it.
I went in strong with some words from Elton yesterday.
And you
he's
got-
like, you're talking like this to a 7-foot giant that I could get really angry at any minute.
Yeah, I've seen Angry Melton. Have you ever seen him angry? I've never seen the guy angry in my
gentle
life.
giant.
Gentle
No, I
giant.
heard he's gotten angry at poker, but we've never been there.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. He had a bad beat on Monday at my hand. And it was,
Oh,
it was
no,
awesome.
EG, you gave him a bad beat?
Did he go Brian Kelly and hit
Yeah,
table?
basically. It was,
Okay.
table flipping the whole 9 yards.
All right, so let's do this. Lance, you've got some sort of...
So Tyler's going to have to help
All right,
me
Tyler?
here. So basically, we're going era to era. So you will see
Okay.
something from Brown's era. We got 9 and 9. And you describe it. I guess me, you, and Forrester will vote to see if we give it a thumbs up or not. We'll keep count. Well, out of 9, we'll see who wins this thing.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I've just got a collection of pictures that
Okay.
should be popular things.
Yeah, so
from
you just
the
tell us
Gen
where we're
Z.
going first. Brown or EG?
Up to y'all.
Are you going back and forth, or we're going to do all mine, then all hers?
Well, they're in 2 separate folders,
Okay,
so
just
not
go-
back and forth.
Oh, okay. I'll start things off.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're going to show her stuff from my generation.
And by
she's
the way,
gotta say
I'm
what
going to
it
make
is.
a prediction. I think Brown, because he has daughters, is going to win this.
Yeah,
I don't know, but
I think I've actually got faith in you because of your
Okay.
your TikTok addiction.
That's
That
true.
is true.
It's, yeah, a bit of an addiction. I would agree.
All right, let's see.
here we- now, EG though, I have found musical taste. She's got some old soul in
Yeah,
her because
I
of her
do.
parents.
I
Yeah.
do.
All right.
Blackberry.
Okay. EG's 1-0.
It does say Blackberry
well,
up top.
Dang it,
That's-
that was
yeah.
supposed
Even
to be an
without
edited
it.
version.
No, she.
Even without
Hey, boy,
it.
AG, would you agree? Terrible fingernails.
Yes.
Like, come
Trim
on,
those
dude.
up.
Yeah,
I
let's
don't know
do
what
something.
happened to the one I blurred out the
No,
logo.
no, I
on.
already had
She
it.
had that so quick.
Yeah, I
I
had
don't even
that.
think she saw the
You're
Blackberry.
Oh no, it just might be a problem with future pictures.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Wait, so do you remember like a parent using the BlackBerry?
Yeah, my dad.
Okay, I never had a BlackBerry.
Yeah.
Ex-wife had a BlackBerry. Boy,
Yeah.
she wore it out.
Blackberry. I bring them back. I would
like the
use one
Blackberry?
now.
Okay.
Absolutely.
It looks really complicated, and obviously it can't be to technology in
No.
2025. But
Did you ever have one of the phones with like the slide
the
out
slidey.
keyboard?
Oh yeah, I would slide that thing out.
my
send
favorite
off
was the
angry
Razor.
texts.
I'm gonna stick by it. I like the
A
Razor.
pink Razor was my dream.
Oh, I had the red one.
Oh, nice. Nice.
All right.
Okay, so 1 for 1.
No idea.
You don't know what that is?
No.
All right. So EG, that is Panama Jack. And when I was probably my youngest daughter's age,
Okay.
when I was Hallie's age, if you didn't have one of those T-shirts, you had zero social standing in
Really?
life. Yeah. Panama Jack T-shirts were.
Is a monocle a good look?
I feel like it's a little dated now.
Yeah, maybe.
Slightly.
Do you know anybody that rolls with a monocle? Like
No,
Saban,
do you?
Saban wears this hat. No, I really don't.
I don't know when that went out, but it had to have been pre-1950. The monocle went out of style.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, we're 1-1.
1-1. You know who that is? Oh, he's an Atlanta guy.
Yeah. No.
That's Evander Holyfield.
Evander Holyfield. Yeah. Okay. I have a T-shirt from one of his fights in LA at the Coliseum or something. Evander Holyfield against what would it have been? Or was it in Vegas?
In Vegas?
I mean, it
Mike
might have been Tyson when
I
Tyson
have
bit
that
his ear.
Tyson bit his ear.
They fought 3 times.
Yeah, Tyson.
I wear it frequently. It was my granddad's.
I met Evander Holyfield. You were with me, right?
Yeah.
SEC championship game. Nice guy.
And his ear is deformed.
Yeah, you can see it.
Happens.
Yeah. All right.
I should know this one.
He's coming up on trash today. Did you know
Oh,
this?
that's weird.
Oh, is that Ozzy?
No, not trash.
That's
4
not
ounce.
Ozzy
Hang on.
Osbourne.
okay.
That is not Ozzy Osbourne. The late Ozzy Osbourne. No.
No.
Oh, this is great.
Who is it?
That's
So-
Slash.
It's Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
I know
You've heard
Guns
of
N' Roses,
Okay.
but I don't know their faces.
That's their famous guitarist.
Nope.
Yeah.
He's famous for wearing this big old top hat.
That's
Yeah,
right.
celebrating
That's-
a birthday today, so we will get him at 4 ounce.
Slash is?
Yep.
64?
I don't think it was that high. It was
Okay.
close though.
All right.
No idea. No. Something Friends?
No.
No.
All right. The belt buckle gives you a little bit of a hint.
It's not going to give her a hint. The
Or
belt
it gives
buckle.
you half the name.
No. Nothing.
Those are the Thundercats.
Thundercats.
Yeah, it was kind of a. Was that considered a spinoff of He-Man?
I mean, he looks like He-Man a
No,
little
but
bit.
they were both made by Hasbro.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
they
All
were
right.
both shows made to promote the toys.
That
and I actually
is-
thought about pulling a picture of He-Man. But
Unique grouping
But you
of
went
characters.
Thundercats, right?
like Thundercats.
Walkman?
All right, so this one, wow. This one, the logo did blur out, so I'm happy with myself.
VCR.
This was the first gaming system
That's right.
me and my older brother Shane had. This was the Atari 2600.
That's right.
Nope.
This is
Not a
old
gamer
school.
now. Wouldn't have been a gamer then.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean that was.
I mean, this is late 70s.
that was high end, right
So
there.
I don't even know if your parents were around when this thing
They
came
were.
out.
1964, my parents.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if they would have had that.
Yeah, I bet her old man did.
Yeah, the old Atari.
Maybe.
It was fun. Yeah.
Maybe. Nope.
You don't know what that is?
Nope.
That
Oh,
is.
wait. No. Yes, I do. Schoolhouse Rock.
It is.
Yeah.
That's EG.
Sorry.
All right, EG.
Prematurely spoke. I can
Yeah.
give the preamble if you want me to.
Hey, so how did you pull this? Because like T-shirts and different things that are around?
No, I learned the preamble from them. We the people, in order to form more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare at hand, promote the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, to ordain and establish this Constitution of the United States of America.
That is impressive. Good
Boom.
job.
Yeah, from
Yes.
Schoolhouse Rock. So
Yeah.
somebody did learn.
Yeah, Schoolhouse Rock.
I used to get bored with the Schoolhouse
Bill
Rock. I'm
on
like,
Capitol
let's push
Hill?
through this.
That's how a bill becomes
Yeah.
a law
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
That's what it's from. Is that 9?
That is 7. I
Seven.
think
All
we've
right,
got
2 more.
Nope.
This is where I was just starting to scrape the bottom of the barrel. I had no anticipation of you getting this
There's
one.
0 chance.
Well, let me say this real quick. So I get home yesterday, and Jack's got some friends out at the pool, and all they're listening to is an 80s playlist. So, like, the 80s is that decade of music. I don't know if you like it or not.
I love 80s music, but I couldn't give you.
You've heard them then.
Yeah.
They had a really big, I think they had multiple hits, but they had one that really jumped
Sing
out.
it, Lance. Sing it for us.
I'm not going to sing it, but it also was a movie, too, that came out.
I don't know. Who was it? Who was it?
Devo, Whip It.
Whip It
Oh,
Good.
yeah.
Terrible song. I hated the
It
song.
was trending on
honestly.
TikTok recently.
Whip It was. Really? Yeah, you dug pretty deep for Devo now. I mean, that's.
I was out of ideas
Okay.
and
Well,
out of time.
I can't wait to see the next one then, because we got one more, right? If that.
This one I feel like is easier than Devo.
Oh, I don't even know what this is.
What?
No.
I'm not entirely sure either,
Yeah, I
Tyler.
have
This
no
is from my
idea.
generation.
Scott, back me up. Do you know what this is?
Actually, no, Tyler. I do not.
Wow. And swing and a miss for you.
I know more 80s stuff than you guys.
Well, I mean, I don't know what this is.
What is this?
It's Captain Planet.
No.
Never saw Captain
It
Planet.
was 80s and 90s.
Nope.
No?
Okay, so 2 and 7. I think Brown's going to be able to beat this, but
All right.
Too.
let's roll
EG
into it.
or Tyler thinks because of my TikTok addiction.
Yeah, I think that you'll get these.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, there might be some things I don't know on here.
I only knew 8 of 9 of mine.
Okay.
And it took me a second on Devo, by the way. I had to
Okay.
remember
Oh,
Devo's name.
You should know that one.
Is that Ariana Grande?
No.
No,
Point
she's
one,
lost.
I mean,
no,
it could have been at one point.
She's lost a lot of weight, Ariana
Kurt
Grande.
Yeah, she doesn't look healthy
Is that
right
Sabrina
now.
Carpenter?
No.
Okay, who is that?
Zendaya.
All right, that's Zendaya. All right. Would not have gotten Zendaya.
Man, I know you wouldn't have seen the Challengers sign back there.
even know what
These are bath bombs.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, I got
Damn,
I got kids.
And
I mean,
girls.
Girls love a bath bomb. I don't know.
I mean, that threw EG up for a second.
Oh,
That's Lululemon.
these are a little.
All right,
off balance
we've only
here.
gone through Lance's suggestions so far.
Okay.
EG, do you know what this is?
Yeah.
These are
This is
Flurbies?
no.
Furbies?
This is a weird thing.
It's a weird thing. Well, I would agree they're weird. I tell my look at them.
I don't
Look
like
at the teeth.
I don't like looking at them.
Yeah.
What are they called, Tyler?
Labubu.
Yeah, they're like a
Labubu?
Yeah.
Is it Asian?
Oh, these are pretty new.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because I saw them
on TikTok.
No, actually, my youngest pointed them out to me in Nashville. There was a store in Nashville that had them.
Really?
Yeah.
Aren't they very expensive items?
Well, I think these are probably knockoffs.
Oh.
So what's the appeal? Is it for a kid?
I don't know.
So there's figures they make, and then there's also like these keychains. So just imagine one of these little plushes with a keychain attached to it,
Yeah,
and
it's
people
very-
put them on purses and belts.
Very tacky.
That's
And
a bit
they're
tacky,
sold
I
in
would
blind
agree.
boxes. You don't know which one you get until you
Oh,
open it.
well, that's
And
kinda
then
like the
People
Meltdown.
flip it.
Yeah.
The teeth,
It is,
man.
It is like the meltdown.
Yeah, they do look creepy, EG.
Okay, 2 and 2 right here, Brown.
This is Stranger Things.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Never watched it. EG so competitive. Look
I
at her
know,
over
this
there.
is
She
like
thinks
irking
it-
me.
Oh, this is easy.
Oh, that's
I want a redo of this because like we had Planet
no-
Captain Earth, whatever
Oh,
Tyler
by
pulled.
the
we
way,
got
Planet.
she did Hot Ones too. I don't
Yeah.
think she really cares about being
No.
vulnerable.
Billie
though.
Eilish.
Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish.
Very
You
good,
like those
Brown.
fingernails? That is a not a Furby.
I don't even know what this is.
These are what are these called?
Clock. Sorry.
Okay. EG, there's not money on the line here.
It doesn't matter for her.
I know. It's got one of the most competitive spirits I've
Yeah,
ever
I've
seen.
seen Leighton had a couple of these.
Pillow
but
Pets.
Nope.
No, I love Pillow Pets.
Pillow Pets were great. There
I
is
used
a
to love
commercial and
Pillow
everything for those.
What is that?
These are Squishmallows.
Squishmallows.
I don't know
okay.
why they became a thing, but people
They're really
collect
soft.
these.
Does Hallie have
yeah.
these?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, 4 and 3, Brown. I want to see if you can get a winning record here.
Okay.
Got to get one of the final two.
Oh, no clue.
Oh, I have no
EG?
clue.
I don't know. I have no idea what that is.
It looks like a transparent keg.
It does.
I bet you Scott knows what this is.
Scott.
Yeah, it's a health thing in Fortnite.
Yep.
Oh.
Nailed
On the
it.
tip of my tongue.
Yes.
I was thinking that.
Did you really? Were you really thinking?
Oh.
I'm not sure.
I'm trying to read her shirt.
Versace Goddess?
Versace Goddess. That doesn't help me any.
Yeah,
Do you know
there's
this
no
person,
hints here.
EG?
I thought it was one person, but I think that it's another person. So no.
Yeah, I got no idea.
I got no clue on this one.
Who's this
Couldn't
one?
even guess.
Doechii?
This is Ice Spice.
Duh.
That's Ice Spice? From the original Spice Girls?
No.
Yes.
No.
Wait a minute. We
I
got
love
a new.
Victoria
Nailed
Beckham,
it.
by the way.
Yes.
Just throwing that out there. Singing Spice Girls.
Okay, so Brown did win. I
Yeah.
do think
Wait,
his
is that
was
the
a little
last one?
easier.
That was it, yeah.
His was easier, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah. Funny how that works. I think we might have to do a rematch.
Y'all's final each, though, the Ice Spice and the Planet Human or whatever.
Yeah,
even
Captain
like that?
Planet.
I
That's-
found out about this at like 8 o'clock this morning. There was not enough time to fix the game.
Listen.
I actually, to my defense, did bring it up yesterday.
You
Did
did.
I
Yeah.
not?
It's one of those ideas that was mentioned once.
Well, it
And it's
culminated.
like, are we moving on?
I like it, though. I think
This was
it
good
went well.
stuff. Listen, let me know if there's anything else you want me to identify. This was good. This was good. You did well, Brown.
Thank you, EG.
Good game.
Thank you.
If you
Good
will.
idea, Lynn.
Yeah,
Okay,
good
there we
idea.
go.
Everybody give the compliments.
Yes.
Great
I am competitive. I do like to win, and I should have gotten Evander Holyfield. That's the only one I really regret.
Yeah, from Atlanta.
I know. Post game interview. That's my only regret. I left everything else out on the field.
You know,
Just
we
do the
talk
post-game
about
press
great
conference.
Atlanta athletes. Everybody talks about Dale Murphy.
Yeah.
They talk about Michael Vick. They talk about Dominique Wilkins. Nobody really talks about Evander
No.
Holyfield. And
Chipper Jones.
Chipper Jones.
He lived in across the street from my elementary school, and he'd give
Chipper
out.
did?
Yeah, he'd give out baseball cards at Halloween.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It is.
That's where a smart aleck would say it's because he wasn't playing in the World
Right,
Series.
right.
But
So he was home.
I'm not going to do that.
Is Evander Holyfield bigger than those guys? I mean, at one moment he was for sure when he was
Well,
heavyweight
I
champion.
mean, and EG's probably too young to remember this. The heavyweight champion of the world was one of the most popular athletes in the world at the time.
Yeah, and it started to decline when Evander Holyfield was that guy.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
But was still a massive deal back in the day.
I think the best Atlanta institution is Chick-fil-A.
I'm not
Waffle
going
House.
to disagree.
Coke, Delta.
Yeah.
No, I think Coke would be number one. And then Chick-fil-A and Waffle House get, like, I would rather own Chick-fil-A,
Than
but
own Waffle
boy,
House?
Waffle House.
I don't know.
What is a more popular brand, Waffle House or Chick-fil-A?
I think Chick-fil-A.
I think Well, I don't know.
don't know.
They're so different.
Yeah.
But
Chick-fil-A is more
regional.
spread out.
Well,
Like,
now
Waffle
it
House
is.
more.
No, but it used not to be.
I'll never
Atlanta,
forget when,
Alabama, Mississippi.
You remember the first
In Florida.
when
The Waffle House.
Chick-fil-A did the clapback and they got a lot of grief for it.
In New York?
Yeah, nationally.
Yeah.
But I remember Howard Stern listening to his show and he's like, "What is a Chick-fil-A?"
Yeah, they weren't popularized outside of the Southeast for
Just the last decade,
yeah,
really.
that last decade. And then there was one in New York. There's one in somewhere on the West Coast, I thought.
Well, they've moved out now to
like
California.
airports and So I don't know. I think I'd rather own.
But there's no
Chick-fil-A.
Waffle Houses out west, right?
No, no. Waffle
No,
House
it's a
is
regional. It's very regional.
because you
Yeah.
get into Huddle House territory.
Garbage.
Yeah, or Denny's.
Denny's. I've never even had a
I
Denny's.
haven't had Denny's.
Y'all have never had Denny's?
No.
The Grand Slam special? It's been a long time.
All
but-
Star special for me at Waffle House.
Okay.
What is your Waffle House order?
I like to go with the blueberry pancakes, and then you didn't know they had blueberry pancakes?
At Waffle House?
Yeah. They'll mix some blueberries in there for you.
I mean,
I promise you,
it's blueberries they're grabbing out of a frozen
sure.
bag.
I mean, yeah.
I didn't know you could order pancakes at Waffle House.
No, not pancakes, waffles.
Yeah,
I meant to say
yeah,
waffles.
yeah,
I'm sorry,
yeah.
blueberry waffles.
Okay,
My apologies.
following.
A waffle, the hash browns with cheese,
Yeah, smothered and
mayonnaise, and
covered?
jalapenos.
Oh, wow.
And then bacon with syrup.
Yeah. My hash brown order is covered, capped, chunked, and country.
So covered, cheese, capped mushrooms.
Country ham?
Chunked is ham,
Chunked is
and
ham.
country is gravy.
Interesting.
Oh, it's
I
so
go
good.
plain hash browns. I go All-Star Special chocolate chip waffle.
Wait, plain hash
Eggs.
browns, so not even ketchup on it?
No,
Okay.
Egg scrambled with cheese, white toast, bacon extra crispy, chocolate chip waffle.
That's a lot of food for
It's
for
my
you.
favorite. I love it. So good.
Do you clean that plate?
I do.
All right, that is Emily Grace McWhorter. You can catch her from campuses coming soon and the Pennant Grace. Even though the Braves have basically given up, she and Ush have not.
We have not. We did throw in the
Thursday.
towel yesterday.
I saw that.
The visual of
I saw
throwing in
that.
the towel.
I mean, the good news, you get cheap tickets in August and September.
That's true.
Yeah.
My parents tried to sell, and my brother tried to sell their tickets, and no one would buy them, though. So if you are a season ticket holder, it is a little rough out there for us right now.
Rough on those streets.
You can do a giveaway on the Pennant
We
Grace,
have,
right?
we have, but if the Yankees were in town and no one.
You couldn't even sell Yankees tickets?
No. My brother and my parents ended up going, I guess, 2 nights ago for the Giants game. And then that Friday we had tickets and my brother tried to sell them. And no one wanted to go to Truist Park on a Friday night.
I can't believe you can't sell Yankees tickets.
I know.
though.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
hard
if it
to
was the
believe.
Marlins in town, I
Right,
get it.
right. It was. I feel like that might have been a one-off because usually they've had success with like last minute people will pick them up, but no.
Wow, that's crazy.
I know.
All right, thank you, E.G. Hemp Hill Services. They're headed to my house in a few moments right now.
205-229-2090. Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there awaiting your call. If you experience any plumbing, heating, or cooling issues in your home or business, they are ready to serve you. Hard to stop a train. For more information, hemphillservices.com.
And when they get to my house, they may see that master bathroom. I don't know if they'll step in the bathroom. That's not where the air conditioner unit is, but it was one transition I could use. It was done very well by Brad Bell and his crew. You can see more before and afters on Brad's work, alabamabathremodels.com, alabamabathremodels.com, or give them a call, 205-422-1758. That's 205-422-1758. If you are tired of the outdated bath or shower, or maybe it's just not functional, it's not what you want, Brad Bell does, in master bath, kitchen, and master bedroom closets. That's his specialty. It's not to say that's all he does, but it is certainly his specialty. And you can see more on what he does. alabamabathremodels.com. That's alabamabathremodels.com. Or call him to come out and give a quote. 205-422-1758. 205-422-1758. Brad Bell, alabamabathremodels.com.
Follow LT on Twitter @TheLanceTaylor.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
Your representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from The Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness. Man, I love a good meal. I'm Jim Dunaway. A good meal is what you get with my friend Sterling at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster. We're talking great southern fried chicken, wonderful sides, hand-cut chicken fingers, po' boys, and those Mississippi Delta recipe tamales. You got a perfect menu for everybody. Champy's Chicken is perfect for watching the big game, or taking a meal to the lake house, down to the coast, or stay in the restaurant and dine in a great atmosphere. It's all made fresh to order right there on 119 in Alabaster, Champy's Chicken.
What are you waiting for? It's non-stop gaming action at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Come play more than 900 of the latest and greatest games around, featuring fun bonuses and big jackpots. You can wager and win on horse and greyhound races from all over the world. There are more ways to win at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Birmingham Racecourse Casino, located off I-459 exit 31 Derby Parkway. Must be 21 or older.
The World Wide Web is a large place. Find all your favorite people and content in the same spot. NextRoundLive.com is full of wonderful tidbits about the show you know and love. Find our gear, listen to your favorite personalities, follow our socials, and enjoy your trip to NextRoundLive.com.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Just because you've quit going to the gym, it doesn't mean that you have to quit gym altogether. Dunaway, that is. With our Next Round podcasts open 24/7, 365, you can access gym anytime you'd like. While you may have done away with your treadmill routine, our version of Dunaway is standing by ready to get you back to your absolute best. Find all that lovely Jimmy D-led content on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and in the podcast section of NextRoundLive.com. This message is sponsored by Jimmy Crypto Inc. and Jimmy Crypto for President.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between two warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
And this hour of the Next Round, as always, presented by our friends at Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken. Sterling and the gang have thrown the doors open, and they're ready for you to come enjoy a great lunch. Highway 119 in Alabaster, champyschecken.com. Champy'sChicken.com. Those Mississippi Delta recipe tamales, the great po' boys, chicken fingers, wonderful sides, great drinks at the bar with Megan. You can find it all at Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken, Champy'sChicken.com. They're bringing us lunch Friday. We are all, as a staff, very excited about that because it's always great food from Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken. We've done a lot in the show today. There has been a lot of talking season. Let's go to Bret Bielema. I'll give Tyler a second. Tyler's spinning some plates. Because I'm curious if you agree. How would you qualify Illinois as this year's? People think they can be this year's Indiana. That's the best way of doing it, right?
Yeah. People think that, but the difference was we didn't know Indiana was going to be last year's Indiana until they were really in the middle of it.
Yeah.
I remember watching them early on in September, and you guys probably won't remember this, but I remember watching them in the Rose Bowl against UCLA, and I think they were like a 2 or 3 point favorite. I remember I had Indiana, and watching them, I was like, they are so well coached, and their offense is so precise with Curtis Rourke. And I remember coming on and talking about that on a Monday, and I remember Klatt was on with us, and we started to talk about Indiana, and you could see where they were heading, especially with that schedule. But nobody knew that going into the season. And to me, it was almost, there were a few people talking about Iowa, all the returning starters, Cade McNamara taking over that offense, new offensive coordinator, but it just didn't pan out.
Well, the media poll, which is done by the Cleveland Plain Dealer, not by the Big Ten, but the media poll picked them to Illinois to finish fourth in the conference. So the expectation is for them to be in Indiana's spot. So that's expectations. Here's Bret Bielema, the Illinois head coach at Big Ten Media Days, on those expectations.
I love the resilience of our football team. These guys are better when they've been punched in the face, and that doesn't mean I need to punch them, but like, you know what I mean? Like they respond very, very well. In this world I think that we're in, a lot of kids can have distractions that take them away from the main thing. And our guys would tell you, everybody's worried about Illinois with the expectations. Expectations are earned. They're never given. Some people give expectations, that's great, but for us at Illinois, we got to earn them. We got to have a chip on our left shoulder and our right shoulder. The way we've earned these expectations will be the way we earn success this year. We'll do it on a daily basis with our teammates and our coaches. And I have a coaching staff that retains my offensive, defense, and special teams coordinator for the last 3 years. I have the starting quarterback for the last 3 years. Those are the things that get me excited.
Okay.
Do you think they've earned them?
Well, yeah, and I'll get to this in a second. He looks like a wooden Indian. I mean, is our color off?
What do you mean?
He's just, I mean, the color doesn't look like Bret Bielema at all.
Scott, is the color off from the Big Ten? This would not be Scott's fault.
No,
the color is off.
not at all.
This is what would be
the
supplied
Illinois
by the
orange
Big Ten.
looks pretty good.
Yeah, all of the stuff coming out of their presser looked a little rough.
A little wonky?
Yep.
I thought I noticed that with Ryan Day earlier.
He does look dark, right?
Yeah, Day didn't look great either.
Yeah, I did notice that earlier. I didn't bring it up.
Okay, anyway, the comments. Look, I mean, they won 10 games last year. And to his point, Luke Altmaier is a third-year starting quarterback who is actually really good, former Ole Miss product. I don't know if they've – I mean, Bret Bielema can coach. Say what you want about the Arkansas tenure.
Yeah, that did not go well. But in terms of what Arkansas has been, he's not really that far. Yeah,
and he hasn't had the easiest Big Ten jobs in Wisconsin and Illinois.
No.
And he's done a really good job with both. I think they've earned one of the more difficult things is I think we can all agree who your top three teams in the Big Ten are going to be. I think a lot of people would go Michigan next. But if it's not Michigan, it's Illinois, Iowa, USC, Nebraska. They're all in the mix. But for them to be preseason number 4 right now, I mean, that's a credit to what he's been able to put together.
Yeah. So you would say he's earned these expectations. They 10-win team last year, school record. They finished 16th, I think, in the country last year is where it was. You think they've earned the expectations, but you also don't think they'll live up to them.
I do not. Back to Indiana, they've got to play in Bloomington. I think it's week 4. They've got to play in Durham against a really improved Duke program in week 2.
Yeah. They got to go to Washington. We talked about that the other day.
Yeah. I think Illinois is probably an 8-4 team just because I think the expectations are going to be too much.
Boy, 8-4 would not meet the expectations he's talking about. I mean, I think people's expectations are 10-2 again.
Yeah, they are. And to get to a college football playoff, especially being preseason number 4 in the Big Ten, but 8-4 by Illinois standards, back to Bret
really
Bielema. He sets up himself to be a victim of his own success.
Right.
In Wisconsin, he was winning 10 or 11 games every year and going to Rose Bowls. But he was never getting over that hump and winning, playing for national championships. And then at Arkansas, 7 or 8 wins wasn't enough. And now at Illinois, if you go from 10 wins to 8 wins, people are going to be disappointed.
How many times do you think since 2000 they've had 8 wins?
Illinois, I would say 5 times in 25 years. Every 5 years.
Ron Turner in 2001, that's the game. They go to the Sugar Bowl, they lose to LSU.
Yep, and Nick Saban.
Ron Zook got 9 wins in 2007 when they went to the Rose Bowl.
And played USC. Juice Williams was the quarterback, yep.
What did I say, 8 wins?
Yep.
Bret Bielema has done it twice, 4 times. in since 2000.
Yeah, so every 6 years they win 8 games, and if they win 8 games this year,
it's going to be a disappointment.
People are going to be upset.
Yeah, you're right.
Now, I'll tell you, if they are able to push through with the expectations and win 10 games, like how long can Bret Bielema stay at Illinois? I mean, it's a Big Ten job, it's an okay job, but there are 35 jobs better right now in college football, 40 jobs better.
Yeah. I mean, I would say Bielema could stay there as long as he wants if he gets 8-9 wins on a fairly regular basis. The question is, will he? Like a lot of people think he would replace Ferentz at Iowa because of his history there. Program-wise, is Iowa better than Illinois?
Well, I think it probably is perception, and I do think because he's got an Iowa Hawkeye tattoo on his leg,
yeah,
I think it would be easier for him to go back.
Reuben Foster played at Alabama with an Auburn tattoo on his arm. He's a really good player, too.
I do think if it works out, he probably does go back to Iowa. But it would be fascinating. Like, let's just say that it's such a weird fit, but Florida State opens up.
Bret Bielema to Florida State is a weird fit.
But if I'm Florida State, I want a proven coach. Like somebody that's going to come in. Mike Norvell was, had the flash in the pan at Memphis. It worked for a couple of years, but it hasn't worked for a couple of years. So I think he's kind of one of those guys that could be on the outside looking in.
Yeah, fascinating Illinois team. I'm with you. I kind of think they underwhelm. I think that Duke game is really difficult. You mentioned the Indiana game, that game at Washington.
Do you have their schedule right
I'm
there?
Pull it up real quick.
Well, yeah, because my computer died. So,
oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, that was on me.
Oh, you just didn't charge it?
Power core. I guess not.
Yeah.
Or maybe the people that are flipping my events.
They're also sucking the juice out of your computer.
I wonder how many SEC jobs Bielema would take.
Well,
let me ask you this.
Already had one.
If Auburn reached out to Bielema.
Yeah, you leave Illinois for Auburn, absolutely. Now, I don't think Auburn fans want Bret Bielema, but if they did reach out.
Then that would be the interesting thing. Like, how many fan bases would want Bielema?
Like, if Beamer took a bigger job, would South Carolina fans want him, you think?
I mean, to me, he's a much better coach than Beamer.
Yeah, but he had that tiff with Beamer last year, so that might be a difficult. That might be a difficult.
You know what
one.
used to go hand in hand with Bielema was like, hey, this guy he's got to be able to recruit if he's got this wife that he met at a blackjack table.
And when's the last time you've seen her? And they're still married, by the way.
Oh, I see. I didn't know that.
I think he brought it up yesterday.
I thought it was almost an Amanda Duffner situation.
No, I think he brought it up yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. They're in Vegas, and he joked, this is where I met my wife. I mean, he referenced her yesterday. Because he met her at, I think, the MGM out there, if I remember right. It's one of the casinos out there.
Do you think there's any chance when she met him, she Googled, like, you're a head coach?
Yeah,
Bielema.
Oh, you are a head coach.
Wisconsin.
All right.
Making 3.2 way back 20 years ago.
I am in. Illinois opens with Western Illinois. That's a win. At Duke, tough game for them.
Yeah, and I'm just going to lean loss, but.
Come back home, play Western Michigan. Then they're at Indiana, tough game. Host USC, tough game. At Purdue, that's maybe the worst team in the Big Ten. Host Ohio State, probably a loss. At Washington after a bye, tough game. Rutgers, you better win that one. After a bye, you got Maryland, at Wisconsin, and Northwestern. A very soft finish.
I've got 8-4 right there.
That's a soft finish, though. If you can survive some of this, there's not a whole lot of trip-ups at the end of your schedule.
I've got 8-4 with a win against USC.
Oh, wow. So their 4 losses are Washington, Ohio State, Indiana, and Duke for you? Disappointing year.
I mean,
that's beating USC.
You absolutely have to get Duke, Washington, and USC if you want to get to where you want to be.
Yeah.
And those are tough games.
I am going to ask you this question and give you a second to think after you talk about Dr. B. Who do you think Pro Football Focus says is the best offense in the country this year? Okay. Now this is.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and I'll help you out here. Let me double check my work here. Pro Football Focus ranked them. I think these are all Power 5. It's not the best Power 5, but I think everybody in the rankings is Power 5. So you're not going to have to dig too deep. So tell us about Dr. B, and then I'll see if you can tell me who is the best offense in the nation.
T3, they've got that new test. It's easy, painless, affordable, takes 4 seconds to perform. It's going to show which medicines and compounds will specifically work for your hair loss. Over 10 categories of agents they use, knowing they will work for you. They will custom compound these agents for you in pill or topical forms. You pick and choose which agents you want. Men and women ordering Hims, other products online, don't even know if they work. Stop wasting your money and critical time while you're losing your hair on treatments that aren't working working for you, go see Dr. B. Find out what will work for you. Dr. Beckenstein, best in the business. Speaking from experience, I've been going to see him for more than 3 years. Hair is more than doubled in thickness. 205-319-0316. Tell them the next round sent you. For more information, t3hair.net.
And New Life Art is Daniel A. Moore. If you've lived in this state for any time whatsoever, you know the name Daniel A. Moore. He has been painting great moments in Alabama sports history for a very long time, going back as far as the goal line stand in the Bryant era. That's how far back it goes. All the way up to this era with paintings like Gravedigger, Deuces Wild with Ryan Williams and Zabian Brown, and most recently in basketball, the buzzer beater with Mark Sears' game-winning shot down on the plains at Auburn and Neville Arena to end the regular season last year. You can order all of those and shop online, DanielMooreArt.com, DanielMooreArt.com, code TNR when you go there to save on the great works of Daniel A. Moore. DanielMooreArt.com, code TNR to save. All right, Pro Football Focus. I love them. They rank the top 10 offenses in college football. Who do you think they said is number one?
The top 10 offenses in college football, number one. Okay, just let me do this by process of elimination.
Okay.
It is not going to be Ohio State.
If you'll go slow, I'll tell you where they ranked all these. In fact, I don't see Ohio State number 9. They've got them number 9.
It is not going to be Oregon with a new quarterback and what they lost at receiver.
Oregon is number 10. So you've got the bottom. If you're working your way up, you're doing well.
If I look in the rest of the Big Ten, could you have one of those offenses?
Well, this is going to be a bit controversial.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and tell you. Not at number 1.
Okay. I mean, I just don't see the receivers with Penn State and losing Tyler Warner.
They've got them number 2.
Wow. So it is going to be. I think this is crazy. You can't go Clemson. Where do they have Garrett Riley, his offense?
Number 1. Why do you say you can't go Clemson? That's who Pro Football Focus says is number 1.
I mean, look, the offensive line is going to be Klubnik is arguably the best quarterback in football. You've got really good receivers.
Antonio
Phil
Williams,
Maffa is
Bryant
not coming back.
Wesco, TJ Moore, the receivers, yeah.
Yeah, who are your running backs now?
That's a great question. They talk all about the pass game.
Of course, I do think it is easier to replace running back than any position on offense.
Yeah.
That's such a discredit to the running back position, but I think that's where we are.
From Pro Football Focus, here's what they say. The Tigers may have the best passing game in college football next season. Clemson's passing attack projects as the nation's best. They feature Pro Football Focus top quarterback in Cade Klubnik, their third-ranked receiving core, and no other school had the top 5 of both lists. So they lean heavy into the pass attack.
What do they say about the offensive line?
They don't.
Okay.
Or at least the part I have. It's a long
Clemson, if this thing worked out, if their projection, and let's just say that Clemson was a top 5 scoring offense, top 5 total offense, I mean, back to Forster changing his national champion to Clemson. I mean, Clemson's going to be right there in the mix.
They've got Penn State number 2, I mentioned. Texas number 3, sight unseen with Arch Manning, but that is what I was getting to next.
Well, I will tell you, if Texas has got a top 5 offense with how good their defense is going to be.
Would you say the same about Alabama?
Yes.
Because they got them number 4.
Yeah. Again, I've got Alabama playing Clemson for the national championship. I think Texas is going to be right there. Where do they have LSU?
I think they got Florida number 5. Interesting there. LSU number 6, and to round out the list, Notre Dame number 7. So that's all the teams that are on there.
Wow.
I was going to read you what they write about Alabama. Penn State's the one that jumps out at me at number 2.
Where do they have Indiana's offense? I know that's a random.
I've only got the top 10, and it's not there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not there. Here is what they say about Alabama. Talent is all around the offense for the Crimson Tide at number 4, averaging 33.8 points, 410 yards a game last year. The Crimson Tide boast Pro Football Focus top-ranked offensive line, 3 elite starters, Caden Proctor, Parker Brailsford, and Jaden Roberts. The star of the offense is sophomore Ryan Williams, their second-ranked wide receiver. He headlines an uber-skilled receiving core that placed 5th in the rankings. Plenty of depth at running back. Breaking in a new quarterback, still a top 10 quarterback room because of the unit's abundance of talent. So everything.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think the offense is going to be really good. I do think the defense is kind of the calling card.
Yeah.
Much like Texas. But if you get top 5 offenses out of Alabama and Texas, and I don't think anybody would be surprised with either, then that's obviously a formula for success. It's double-digit wins, college football playoff appearance, and opportunity to win a championship.
Pro Football Focus, if you want to see the write-up on everyone. But Alabama, number 4 offense in the nation. I think we talk a lot about the way the defense ended the year and the offense was inconsistent. They think it's going to be a top 5 offense in the country. And like I said, all those were Power 5 teams. It wasn't just a Power 5 ranking. All right, we're about to do 4 downs today, and today it's going to be presented by our friends at Company Distilling. Oh, they're on the screen right behind you. Look at that.
Oh,
What
look
timing.
at that.
What
Hey, you can now find Company Distilling in ABC stores across Alabama and states like Georgia, Tennessee, Florida, South Carolina. Whether you're picking up a bottle for a weekend gathering or just exploring something new, Company Distilling, worth the pour. If you can't find it on the shelf, just ask your local store to order it in. Spirits this good deserve to be shared. Check them out. Go to companydistilling.com/Alabama. Must be 21 plus to purchase. Please enjoy responsibly.
First down.
Okay, I've got nothing but celebrity birthdays here.
Oh, it's my favorite kind of 4 downs.
And you already got kind of teased on one guy that will be coming up.
I did.
We want to start with him.
Slash.
So Slash is 60 years old today.
I said 62.
Big milestone for him.
Yep.
If I asked you, ultimately the better career, Slash or Chicago Bear starting quarterback Caleb Williams, who has already won a Heisman Trophy?
Tyler, I'll go to
Look
Scott.
at how
Tyler,
weird is this?
what?
Every time we talk about something pops up on Good Morning Football.
That's your robot.
Caleb
There's
Williams
Caleb
just
Williams.
came on, sacked 68 times in 2024, the 3rd most in NFL history. It's
Yeah.
just amazing. We're talking about it. It pops up.
You know who never got sacked was Slash. No, I think he did some sacking, but
No, he did plenty of
he
sacking.
himself never got sacked.
Actually, Nicky Sixx did. It's in his book. They were on tour early in Guns N' Roses' career, and Slash tried to keep up with Nicky Sixx's drinking along with Tommy Lee. Slash passes out, and Nicky Sixx got him and made a picture, the backstage tour pass.
Okay, I do want to say this.
How about that, Tyler?
Yeah, Nicky Sixx is somebody you did not want to run hard
yeah, I was
with.
about
If you
to say,
challenged
yeah.
him back in the day as much.
That's like playing Tiger in golf.
Yeah.
Head to head.
The demons that Slash could dance with, it never reached the levels of Nicky Sixx.
Slash considered a what guitar player of all time? Top 5, top 10, top 15,
25?
top 20, top 25?
Probably not, but
Yeah.
Appetite for Destruction is maybe the best rock album ever.
It is very good.
There's no skips.
Yeah, and
I agree.
It start to finish, it's damn near perfect.
Yeah, and I'm not going to say the 2022 Lincoln Riley offense at USC when he wins a national championship was one of the greatest offenses of all time.
Yeah. They didn't have enough appetite for destruction on that defense. Was their problem.
The Bears
a
have
very
not won the
Dunaway line.
NFC North since 2018. It was one of the teams that I was going to talk about most improved because the Bears last year, 4 or 5 wins. The problem is how tough the NFC North is. I think it's a big, big year, though, for Caleb Williams. He's finally got an offensive line. He's got weapons with DeAndre Swift, Odunze. I mean, he's got some skill now around him. I am going to lean
Slash
Caleb
doesn't
Williams.
need skill around him.
Well, you're
He is
right.
the skill.
You're right. I'm going to lean Caleb Williams. Great solo in November Rain, right?
Yeah, amazing.
Wow.
I was never a massive Mr. Brownstone fan, Scott. I know you said no skips in there.
Oh, that's a good song.
That's a good song, man.
It was not one of my favorite guys. I like Guns
Rocket
N' Roses.
Queen,
Yeah.
another
That's
great
good
one.
Night Train.
Interesting story behind
Out
Rocket
to
Queen,
Get
by
Me.
the way. I don't know if it's true. I think it's an urban legend.
What is your urban legend on Rocket Queen?
I don't want to get into it, but there's an entry. If you Google Rocket Queen,
Got nothing
is
to
it
do with
true?
Caleb
Is it true?
Williams.
Okay.
Yeah, also in the book.
Oh, wow. What book did you read?
Slash's autobiography. It's just
Okay.
called Slash.
Do they have Cliff Notes version? Book on
they,
tape.
They,
Book
they-
on
they
tape.
do not,
Does
but there's
Slash
not any
read it?
big words.
If Slash reads it, is it a scratchy voice?
It's not big words. Okay. Thank you very much, Tyler. I'm going Caleb Williams.
I think I went Slash. Yeah, Slash.
Second down.
Forster's going to love this question. Philip Seymour Hoffman would have been 68. And I think for a minute in time, he was a top 3 to 5 actor. But if I asked you ultimately, or who had the better career, Philip Seymour Hoffman or Tony La Russa? And the only reason I bring up Tony, I know
It's such a weird combo.
Well, he played Art Howell
Okay,
in
I see it now.
Moneyball, so
Yeah.
I was like, it's easy slam dunk over Art Howell, but if I go up a little bit and Tony La Russa, do you go Tony La Russa or Philip Seymour Hoffman?
Philip Seymour Hoffman never ruined my my team, so him.
He also never fell asleep in a dugout as Art Howell, did he?
God, Tony La Russa was so consistently good for so many decades.
Until he held on too long.
But he won championships. Now I know Philip Seymour Hoffman did win an Oscar. I'm going to have to go Tony La Russa here.
Like Scott, back in the day, I got the Temu version of Jimmy Johnson as the head coach of the Dolphins. You kind of got the Temu version of Tony La Russa as the White Sox manager, didn't you?
No doubt. I think managers in Major League Baseball get too much credit, though.
Yeah, but it's at the same time at 70, you got to wear your uniform.
It's true. It is a
So
bad
it does
look.
humble you, doesn't it?
It does a little bit. Give me Philip Seymour Hoffman's bad role.
Oh, Along Came Polly? I mean, we could go through this.
I mean, so I'm at. There are a lot of them.
Hey,
there's
that
quite
one's
a few.
considered one of his most memorable.
Tyler argues
it's
with you on this.
Awful.
I mean, it's considered one of his.
It's
top.
just a terrible movie.
I mean,
Is
I'm
it?
not
Yeah.
crazy about the movie, but
I don't know
that's
that
a
I've
It's not
memorable
Capote. I
movie
mean, it's
because of
yeah.
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah, he is so good. I think I'll go Philip Seymour Hoffman here. He's a good actor.
I mean, like, even going back to his small roles like Son of a Woman.
Yeah.
The Getaway was an awful movie. Or an awful part for him.
It's in Moneyball.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think he was a great Art Howell, was he?
It's a weird casting for him. Like, I don't know who you cast as Art Howell. I vaguely remember what Art Howell looked like. So I don't know that you had to get the look right. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they didn't get the look right.
No, they
really.
didn't. He doesn't look at all like Art Howell. But that's my point. I don't think you had to get the look right. So I guess you go Philip Seymour Hoffman. I mean, he was kind of the grumpy, you don't know what you're doing, you kid,
Did you ever see
baseball.
25th Hour, Spike Lee movie?
Nope.
With Edward Norton?
Haven't seen that one.
Yeah. Man, he's in that. He plays kind of a creepy part.
Is it Charlie Wilson's War, the Tom Hanks movie?
Yep.
Philip Seymour Hoffman's fabulous in that. Do you remember his role in that?
I don't remember his role. I've only seen the movie once. I did enjoy the
that's the
movie,
movie
but
I'm
it was
talking
20
about.
years ago,
Yeah.
probably. It was when he was almost Philip Seymour Hoffman was kind of the, I don't want to say Pedro Pascal because he wasn't kind of a lead.
Yeah.
Have you
Until he
seen
was.
Mission Impossible 3?
I have not seen any of the Mission Impossibles, and people tell
Does
me
he
I
play
look
a
very much like
good
him.
bad guy?
He plays an excellent bad guy in Mission Impossible 3.
Yeah.
It really is what made the franchise what it is now. Mission Impossible 3 kind of restarted everything and got it some respect.
Pretty good in Boogie Nights, too.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, Scotty the Boom Mike. He is great in Boogie Nights.
Third down.
The glove, Gary Payton, 57 years old today. Better career, Gary Payton or Gary Sheffield?
Was Gary Payton he was on the Dream Team, right?
Yeah.
The original Dream Team? Was he?
Stockton, Magic. No, he was on the 96.
And he was on the second version?
Yeah.
The Atlanta version?
Yeah.
Because I make an argument, like anytime you bring up anybody that was on the original Dream Team, argument's over. Like if you were good enough to be on that team, I don't know how you
Even
argue
with
against
Christian
it.
Laettner?
Well, I mean, there were
The alternate?
had to have a college guy. Who do I compare the glove to?
I'm going Gary Sheffield. Guy that started out his career in Milwaukee as a third baseman.
Yeah, played for the Marlins, the Braves,
Dodgers.
I mean, he played a lot of teams. I think I'm going to go with the
Yankees.
glove here. I think I'll go Gary Payton.
I think I'm going to go Gary Payton, too. I think you can make an argument Gary Payton's a top 7 or 8 point guard of all time, especially defensively, a top 3 guy.
Yeah.
Sheffield had an incredible career. Payton never won a championship, tried to get one with the Lakers, played for one with the Supersonics. I think Sheffield's got a couple. I know he's got one with the Marlins.
Yeah. I think I'll go with
I'm
the
gonna
glove,
go
Gary
Payton,
Payton.
though.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think he was the better player. By the way, speaking of the Dream Team, Barkley told a great story. I think he was with Dan Patrick out in Tahoe. And it was the one of the 3-point shooting contests. And Barkley was like, I wasn't in it, but it was All-Star Weekend. He goes, so I'm in the locker room. And he goes, Larry Bird walks in the night of the 3-point contest and says, which one of you mother blinkers is finishing second tonight? And he goes, the room was stunned. Nobody knew what to say. And he goes, no, I'm asking, which one of you is finishing second tonight? It's like nobody would speak up. And Barkley was like, I'm getting out of here and I'm going to bet on Larry. I know he's winning.
And I remember him walking it off, putting up the finger.
Yeah. That's a great story. Bird's like, no, I'm serious. Who is finishing second tonight in this thing? He's like, that dude knew he was winning right away.
4th down.
I know you're not a big fan. I love me some Woody Harrelson. 64 years old today. If I ask you, ultimately better career, Woody Harrelson or Woody Hayes?
Woody Hayes, I think I'll go. Legendary Ohio State coach. Got a ton of stuff named after him still up there. He won, I think, 4 national championships, maybe 3. Woody Harrelson, I just think is an overrated actor. I think he's overrated as an actor.
I think he's very versatile.
Yeah.
He's very versatile.
Yeah, I mean, when you go
great
from
in comedies, and he's a fantastic dramatic actor.
Yeah, Natural Born Killers to The People versus Larry Flint.
Yep.
I mean, to White Man Can't Jump. I mean, he's got range.
Yeah.
I mean, True Detective, again, the standalone season 1.
It's not that I dislike him. I just think he gets overrated.
He was great in Curb. Yeah, big fan.
Yeah, it's impressive to go from True Detective to White Man Can't Jump to Friends with Benefits.
And honestly, I think
to Zombieland.
Zombieland. How did we not mention Zombieland?
Yeah, I thought Zombieland was okay. Boy, it got the reviews. I was excited about it, but I thought it was okay.
Fair, I don't think that's a movie that was targeting you. that was
maybe not.
In 2009, 2010, that was going for me and all my friends who would play zombie games on Xbox at the time during the peak of that trend.
I like that Lance gave it a chance, though.
No,
I appreciate you gave it a chance.
You know, Bill Murray cameo.
It was a great cameo.
Yeah. I mean, there are some funny moments. I just thought it was really, really overhyped. But Woody Harrelson, I mean, again, and he did.
And No Country too. No Country's not great because of Woody Harrelson, but he's a part of it.
It is a really, really good part, and just the one-on-one with him and Javier Bardem, just sitting in the hotel room.
Yep.
Is so freaking good.
Yeah.
And Woody Hayes, I mean, honestly, as good as he was, what does he remember most for?
Well, he's, for a lot of people, punching a guy on the sidelines and losing his job, getting forced into retirement because of it.
I mean, he coached before you and I were watching college football, so the only thing I remember, I know he's got national championships, is the sideline incident.
The sideline punch of the Clemson player, but, it wasn't even his own player. It was an opposing player. Made it even worse. That is 4 downs. Very good. Thank you, Lance. I always enjoy the celebrity birthdays. A reminder of our friends from Urology Centers of Alabama, UCA. You can find them online. Find a practice near you, urologycentersalabama.com, or give them a call, 205-930-0920. UCA makes sure all of your urological needs are met, from kidney stones to prostate exams, vasectomies, across the board. Make sure your urological health is right where it needs to be. 205-930-0920. That's 205-930-0920, or urologycentersalabama.com. Our college football spotlight on a day full of college football and trash is next.
Follow Brownie on Twitter and Instagram at Ryan Brown Live.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
Your representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
This hour of The Next Round is presented by the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, now featuring 7 days of giveaways with your chance to win a share of up to $125,000. The more you visit the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, the more chances you have to win.
Hey friends, if you're looking to expand your business and inform the Next Round audience about your exciting brand, contact us at sales@nextroundlive.com to be part of the team and advertise your product to hundreds of thousands of potential consumers on our ever-expanding platform. Let the Next Round help take your business to the next level. Get more information by emailing us at sales@nextroundlive.com, and one of our team members will work with you to build a plan to take your business to the next level with the Next Round.
Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on the Next Round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at the Next Round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000.
Follow Next Round Live on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. The social media team at Next Round Live is dedicated to giving you daily news conferences and practice video from UAB, Alabama, Auburn, and around college football. Follow and compare to the sites you used to visit. You'll also get the latest highlights and news from the Next Round Daily Show. Turn on the notifications so you don't miss a thing. Follow Next Round Live on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. See more at nextroundlive.com.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
Do you need some refreshed college wear to represent your team this year? Shop Roback's Game Day collection that includes both Alabama and Auburn. From quarter zips to hoodies, Roback has it all. Get 20% off on us using code TNR20 at roback.com.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
Your representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
I don't know entirely what this means for people, but Seth is one of many people in the chat room that is pointing out, I've taken time to find the actual story, but I take his word for it, and there's been enough chatter about this in the chat room that it probably is true, that ESPN is purchasing. I knew they were in the midst of purchasing some of the NFL Network properties. They've kind of done this joint arrangement. Our guy Daniel Jeremiah has done work for both now, but they're also apparently purchasing Red Zone, which many of you really, really like in the NFL season. It is a tremendous product. Before I had Sunday Ticket, back when I was a Charter customer, now Spectrum, and Sunday Ticket was not available to me, I watched a lot of Red Zone on Sundays, and it's a tremendous product. I don't know what ESPN buying it does to it at all. You never watch it, I know.
No, I don't, because, and again, this is not a first world problem. It's maybe borderline absurd that I've got all the games on.
Well, yeah.
So if something's coming down to the wire, I'll just try to jump onto that game. Because you know how the timing is always off.
Yep.
Of Red Zone. And
it is. You can't have them on at the same time.
It's impossible.
Scott Hansen is the guy that hosts Red Zone, and he is phenomenally talented at his job. And the last hour, he calls it the witching hour, the last hour of the NFL early slate on a Sunday is some of the most entertaining TV you'll get all week.
Yeah, because, I mean, you'll have as many as 11, 12 games going, and
probably
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 come down to the one possession.
8 of them are one-score games, and to your point, like 3 to 6 of them are like final second possessions. I just randomly saw, and I can't even remember, this was a late game, but I think it was a Sunday. And I remember watching this because it's a team I pull against because they're in my division. The
Bills?
Well, yes, always. But it was Patriots at Raiders. And you remember it's the end of the game, tied at 24. And the Patriots are going to try to do the toss around play and score. And the Raiders intercepted and run it for the win. One of the craziest endings you've ever seen. And, I mean, that's just the kind of stuff you get in that last hour of NFL Sundays.
Your Dolphins on the pitch were Gronk.
Yep. I was watching that game live, and I was watching that on Sunday Ticket, and it was not available locally. And I could tell when Red Zone showed it because my phone blew up. Like, it initially happened, and a few people texted me. And then, obviously, they must have broken into, like, the game that everybody was getting around here and showed it because, like, 2 minutes later, my phone blows up with people like, oh, my God, that win.
That's when I told you if it would have been a co-ed with a handle of Tito's, Gronk would have made the tackle.
Gronk runs him down. Gronk in pass coverage was not good, by the way. As our Stu says, Scott Hansen famously says, we enter the witching hour where wins will become losses and losses become wins. And that is a great description of that last hour.
It really is. And, and back to it, when you're playing a 17-game schedule and, 80% of these games come down to one possession, I mean, it is amazing just the fine line of success and failure in the NFL.
Yep. You're right. I mean, on any given Sunday, 1 or 2 plays determines the outcome of the game. And that happens some in college, but it feels like it's all the time in the NFL. So I don't know what that means. A lot of people fear that ESPN will ruin it in the chat.
But what do you think? I mean, go back. Was it the last year CBS had the SEC contract or – the year before the last year? Remember we had this blowout, and you would think with those marquee SEC games, it would translate to what you've got in the NFL with the competitive balance.
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, 1 through 8 right now in the SEC, 75% of those games should be one-possession games.
Yeah, and generally play out that way, no doubt. Let's do our spotlight, Tyler, if you will. Fire that baby up. It is the Shannara Spotlight.
The College Football Spotlight.
We do it every single day. A College Football Spotlight presented by our guy, Alexander Shannara, Trial Attorneys. Headquartered in Birmingham, 24 years. The firm has grown to more than 150 lawyers, supported by more than 500 dedicated team members. And their elite trial lawyers have recovered more than $2 billion, maintaining Alexander's core values of integrity, mastery, passion, and success. When you find yourself in need of a lawyer, call the Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys. You pay nothing unless they win your case. Shannara.com. Shannara.com. Carson Beck on the podium in Charlotte, ACC Media Days. The Georgia quarterback, now the Miami quarterback. Why is that, Carson? Why go from Georgia to Miami? He answers that question to the media yesterday in Charlotte. Here is Miami quarterback Carson Beck. Carson froze.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me, obviously, was the offensive fit. As a quarterback, the OC, the scheme, the talent and guys that you're going to have around you is huge to the success and ultimately the future, of a quarterback, but of me, right? And this is my future, and I think that this decision is one of the better decisions I've made. And since I've been here in January and, developing the relationships and building the chemistry between me, the wide receivers, the running backs, the tight ends, the O-line, and just trying to develop, those relationships and that camaraderie, it's just reinforced my decision in a positive way.
My Lord, at that chain, Lance.
He looks like the kid in Mobland.
He does. I don't know. I was about to say, I don't know if he looks more like a New York-wise guy or if he's adopted the Miami club scene. I don't know.
Bigger chain, the one that pulled the guy in on the MRI yesterday, the 20-pound chain.
I mean, that one's on the way to 20 pounds for sure.
I mean, if he walks in an MRI room, is he getting sucked in, Tyler?
Yeah. I don't know if that metal, if whatever's in his chain is magnetic.
True. That's gold, yeah.
That's gold or platinum.
Yeah, I bet it's real.
He didn't say anything about Cavinder twins.
He did not. I
mean, own that, right? I mean, that is one of the main reasons he went to Miami.
It seems to be. But if Cam Ward is 100%, what percent of Cam Ward do you get out of Carson Beck, you think, this year?
So, again, as far as like slinging it around the yard,
I'm just saying,
I think Beck's probably,
I mean, Cam Ward was a Heisman finalist
no
and
doubt.
Number 1 pick.
And look, Cam Ward, just tremendous player from Incarnate Word to Washington State to Miami. And obviously, dual threat, could do absolutely everything. Not only kept them in every game, but won them by himself like 5 or 6 games. But I do think Beck is one of these guys, and I forgot who it was that said he is such a good facilitator. I still think Beck's going to be a first-round guy. And I think he's going to have a really good season. But to answer your question, I think he, at his top of his game, is 90% of Cam Ward.
So, I mean, if you're within 10% of Cam Ward, though, I mean, I think that's probably defense will be your issue then. I mean, if you get 90% of what you got out of Cam Ward, that ought to be good enough to make the playoffs.
Should be.
If you've got a passable defense, which they did not last year.
But you're losing Damian Martinez. Restrepo's gone at receiver.
Yeah.
The defense was absolute trash last year.
Yeah, they fired their defensive coordinator. It was so bad.
But, LSU did that too. But how quickly can you make that up? LSU's defense was improved, but LSU's defense was still bad by LSU standards last year.
Our Stu says it looks like Steve Buscemi's son. Not a compliment?
Nope, not at all.
For Carson Beck, do you see that? Do you see some Steve Buscemi's son with a tan?
I see more Tom Petty if you put the mullet on.
Tom Petty, okay.
Yeah.
Also probably not a compliment.
No. I don't think you're going to get any compliments.
Alexander Shannara's trial attorneys have recovered more than $2 billion because one thing he wanted to do was create a firm that could handle anything his community faced. You know they handle personal injury claims, but now also claims for fire and storm damage, bad drug and device claims, disability, workers' compensation, and a host of other claims. When you find yourself in need of a lawyer, call the Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys. Great place to start is Shannara.com. Shannara.com. You pay nothing unless they win your case. All right, so ACC Media Days continue. Big Ten Media Days continue. We'll continue to have some of that reaction tomorrow and Friday on the show. But as for now, let's do what we do at this time every day and go to trash. Tyler, if you will.
Congratulations, The Cure Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees 2019. Are you as excited as I am?
By the sounds of it, no.
LT's Trash is presented by Bud Light.
Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up some delicious cold Bud Light. It will be the weekend again before you know it. We start first with Sydney Sweeney. I hope you've got pictures, and you do. My gosh. The thing is, Sydney Sweeney, if you try to put her together, she looks really good.
But they try the opposite.
They really do. I mean, from White Lotus to this new movie, Christy, based on the life of pioneering boxer Christy Martin. The Toronto International Film Festival's world premiere announcement of Christy on Monday. You see the transformation of Sydney Sweeney here. Now, the former WBC super welterweight women's champ earned fame by fighting on the undercard of the Tyson Evander Holyfield, coming full circle from our segment with Emily Grace earlier, while becoming the first female boxer to land on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Now, Sweeney's transformation into the International Boxing Hall of Famer, who survived a shooting and stabbing attack by her then husband. I did not realize that story.
Boy, I've never heard that part of the story.
But yeah, I mean, I would not look twice at this Sydney Sweeney on the right.
Yeah, I will also have zero interest in this movie. It doesn't really appeal to me.
Well,
do you want to watch it?
I mean,
Tyler
I might.
will see it twice.
Yeah,
I know Tyler.
I might. She told W last month that she weight trained twice a day, ate a ton, kickboxed for hours to prepare for the role. More than 30 pounds later, she went on to say, quote, "My body was completely different. I didn't fit in any of my clothes. I'm usually a size 23 in jeans. I was wearing a size 27. My boobs got bigger, if that is possible."
She said that, or was that your addition?
No, I added the if that is possible.
Gotcha.
She said, "My butt got huge. It was crazy. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I was so strong, like crazy strong."
Listen, I'll remind everyone that Margot Robbie played a pretty good Tonya Harding.
She played a great Tonya Harding.
And I think she should have gotten the Academy Award for that. If you can make Margot Robbie look at all like Tonya Harding, the costume designers should have gotten, or makeup, whoever gets that award should have gotten the
well, it's like
the Academy Award.
Charlize Theron when she played the
Monster?
Yeah.
Is that the movie?
What was the serial killer's name?
Don't remember.
Oh, my gosh. Anyway,
I've never seen that
that
film.
was the worst transformation of good looking to awful. But, yeah, very, very close with what you were saying in I, Tonya.
Yeah.
I don't know who won the Academy Award for Best Actress that year.
I don't know. I'd have given it to the makeup people. They made her look like Tonya Harding. That's best makeup you could ever do.
And Allison Janney was so good in that movie as her mom.
I've never seen it, so that's a good flick.
So you haven't seen it?
No,
Oh, it's great.
Tanya's good.
Oh, good soundtrack, all 80s.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, it's very, very good.
So
Hilarious.
Margot got an award for, or a Critics' Choice Movie Award for Best Actress, but Allison Janney got a Best Actress in a Supporting Role for the Oscars.
But you don't know who won the Oscar that year for Best Actress?
Best Lead Actress?
Yeah.
I do not.
Okay, don't worry about it.
All right.
Florida man's attempt to get Buff ended with him behind bars when deputies say he ran through a gym in the Buff, tried to hide in a tanning bed at closing time. Now, according to Lee County Sheriff's Office, Henry Alvarado, 25 years old, began acting erratically after staff at the Planet Fitness asked him to leave because it was closing.
I mean, the cop's got his gun drawn. That guy is like, whatever you do, aim high.
Well, I know the cop
kill me, one of the two.
is aiming at an angle here, but I mean he's going straight up gangster.
That's what I'm saying. I know he's got it sideways. That is a gun? That is not.
Wait, is that a cop?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I assume. I thought that was body cam footage.
Staff called authorities and said that Alvarado removed his clothing, was running naked through the gym. Investigators say he crawled into the ceiling, knocked down several tiles throughout the building, and tried to start a fire in the bathroom. Complete menace here. Surveillance footage shows him sprinting through the building unclothed, entering multiple rooms, even lying down completely naked on a hydro massage bed. Deputies finally found him hiding inside of that tanning bed right there and arrested him.
Yeah. It might just be the angle, Tyler, but it does look like he's aimed at the peach. I'm going to say.
It really does.
It does look like that, yeah.
I mean, I know you go center mass, right? I mean when you shoot somebody, you go center mass.
That's true. And if you're trying to get him to go peacefully, that's a good way to scare him.
Yeah, absolutely. I imagine he walks out, maybe unclothed, but walks out without an incident. Yes.
Yeah.
From Florida man to Florida woman, Florida predator was given a slap on the wrist after pleading guilty to luring rich men to hotels, pepper spraying them, and then robbing them of their luxury watches. This is Esther Torres, 20 years old. Actually, man,
does she look happy about it, or
yeah,
like she's about to cry?
And I'm gonna listen. I'm just gonna say this as nicely as possible.
Looks like a dude.
I need to see a non-mug shot to see how this actually worked, because based on the mug shot, I'm not sure how this worked.
Well, I'll try to explain. Now, she avoided jail time, was sentenced to 5 years probation. Now, this is following 2 incidents in which she isolated the men and sprayed them, robbing one of a Hugo Boss watch and another of a $22,000 Rolex watch in late March. Now, the first incident took place at the Breakwater Hotel in Miami with a 20-year-old thief pepper spraying the victim and then taking his Hugo Boss watch off of his wrist. Also then robbed him of more than $200 cash and euros, made off with several of the credit cards. During the second incident, Torres pepper sprayed another man at the Fontainebleau in Miami, took his $22,000 Submariner. Victim told police that the mace attack left him temporarily blind. Surveillance footage also captured Torres leaving both hotels after stealing the watches. Now, this is one of those, like, if she sprays me, I am going to do everything in my power to grab her by her throat and choke her out.
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, that's a reasonable response to being sprayed by pepper spray by somebody that's not a police officer.
But I'm a little surprised they weren't. And again, pepper spray, I guess it affects all individuals a little differently. But you would think one of the two could have overpowered her.
You would think so. But I don't know. That pepper spray blinds you, I think.
Yeah,
I mean,
I watch a lot of body cam clips, and I find myself on these weird YouTube rabbit holes. But when people get pepper sprayed, they just drop. Like one time, the suspect pepper sprayed the cop to stop the cop from harassing them.
How'd that work out?
The cop immediately dropped to his knees.
Yeah.
Couldn't get
if you're another cop and he's got pepper spray, can you use deadly force?
I think you probably could.
You might.
I mean, if I'm on the jury, I'm going to let you go.
Again, center mass. You know, you're trying not to kill them, but you got to get a bullet in them. Maybe shoot their legs out from under them.
Now, police say Torres had a child in the car when she was taken in. The child was picked up before Torres was taken to jail. She was initially charged 2 counts of robbery in the first degree, ordered to be detained without bond. I mean, look, if it's one incident, I might just give her the probation. I probably still give her jail time, but 2, she's got to do time.
I agree. Yeah, we can't have this menace to society walking around on the streets, conning old men out of their Rolexes.
I don't know if this is sufficient for the workplace, so Google at your own risk.
Okay.
But it is time for the 5th annual edition of Swing-a-thon. Do you want to guess what Swing-a-thon is?
I'm going to guess these are all people that are in open marriages. They're swingers.
It's UK's largest sex festival.
Yeah.
It is set to take place over a small village in Lincolnshire this week. Swing-a-thon, which sees more than 500 like-minded couples together to celebrate non-monogamy, began in the tiny village of Allington on Friday night. Attendees have paid £200 each in tickets for the 3-day festival, where they will be treated to a wide range of adult-themed entertainment, including play tents, pole dancing performances, hot tubs, foam parties, and, quote, games. Would you get in a hot tub?
Not a chance. There's not enough chlorine on this planet.
By the way, also opportunities to purchase various sex toys and lingerie from the stalls, while organizers refer to the festival as a, quote, adult alternative lifestyle event rather than a sex festival. Swing-a-thon has this year been moved to such a remote location in response to complaints of, quote, loud moaning by local residents at last year's event. Despite the size of the new host location, Allington is home to just 8,000 people. There have still been plenty of complaints about its arrival to the village that is usually described as sleepy.
Normally a sleepy village. Not a lot of sleeping tonight. Wow, it sounds like
Says people are trying to normalize sexual freedom that alternative lifestyles provide and continue to strive against a prejudice and adversity to bring the community a safe and inclusive social, play, and learning space.
Well, it's interesting group of people that'll be at that event.
It's a lot of tents.
A lot of tents.
Hey,
I would agree with you.
Is that their poster girl?
I don't know. When I looked up Swing-a-thon, this was probably like the cleanest image other than just the aerial shot of the tents I could find. So I thought I'd go with it.
That is trash presented
What
by
do you
friends.
think the icebreaker's like, though?
Enjoy.
You know,
Well, what's in number?
You've got your social cocktail where everybody's just getting, to the campsite from, airports and Ubers. I mean, really, what is the talk? Man, last year, hope 2025 can top it.
Thank you, Lance. By the way, Breakline Optics, I have those in my hand and on my face right now. BreaklineOptics.com. That was a direct hit. You can go get these glasses that are made for the outdoors. They're made by people that love the outdoors, so they know what it takes, first of all, to make these things durable. The polarized Trivex molded lenses will be unbreakable. You can bang them with a hammer. You can't break them. All the salt water and the water at the lake and the river and the pool, it is not going to damage these glasses. That's why they are made. They look great. They feel great. They're lightweight. BreaklineOptics.com. You simply cannot break these. Why the name Breakline? Breakline is the line that separates the freshwater and the saltwater where they meet. That's the type of people that are making these glasses, people that love to be in those places at the Breakline. BreaklineOptics.com. If you want to see them for yourself, you could go to Deep South Outfitters in Birmingham or just go online to BreaklineOptics.com. And while you're out and about, grab some lunch today from our friends at Bojangles. From sweet to heat, 7 sauces that will definitely add a little extra flavor to every bite. Nothing pairs better with those sauces than hand-breaded tenders. So if you're looking for sweet, try honey mustard. You want to add some tang with barbecue. Look for some heat. What about creamy buffalo or peach honey pepper? If you're craving smooth and creamy, house-made ranch, jalapeno ranch, or classic Bo sauce ready and waiting. So head to Bojangles, order some hand-breaded tenders with your favorite sauce today. It's Bo time. I'm going to read you 5 teams. I want you to tell me, there's a point to this, okay? If you're buying stock or selling stock in these teams this year.
Okay.
All right, 5 teams, buying stock or selling stock. Clemson.
Buying.
Michigan.
Can we come back?
All right. Utah.
Buying.
Washington.
Steady.
Okay. North Carolina.
Selling.
All right. We're back to Michigan. That was the 5th one.
Buying in regards to what?
I guess having a good season, better than they were last year. Good season.
So 8 wins is going to be better. I am not. I'm selling.
All right, you're selling. Then you disagree with Klatt. Klatt buying stock in all 5 of those teams. We mentioned Washington yesterday. People were asking, who are the 5? He's buying stock in Clemson, Michigan, Utah, Washington, and North Carolina. The most surprising one on that list was North Carolina.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't know what
to
he
me,
sees there.
Michigan and Washington are 8-4 teams, so not bad seasons. But I think Utah can win the Big 12. And at the top of the list,
Clemson.
Oh yeah,
I know you've got stock in Clemson. Yeah.
Do I think 2 of the 5 are in the college football playoff? I would lean no. I would put it at 1.5, and I would probably take the under. I think Utah would be the second team I would take there. Clemson is definitely in the college football playoff.
North Carolina, that's a weird one for Klatt. He may be on the show Friday.
Well, and it's even weird that he's got Clemson on there. Like Clemson, everybody's buying Clemson to win the ACC.
Yeah.
Like Washington, Michigan, Utah. I can see these being on the list.
Yeah, North Carolina is the surprising one. I don't know what you see in North Carolina where you say I'm buying stock there.
And honestly,
I guess Bill Belichick. I mean, that's the big difference.
And this is not a shot at Klatt, but I mean, how much Gio Lopez? I mean, with Klatt, with all the Big Ten and SEC stuff he's watching, has he even seen Lopez play?
I mean, I live in the same state Gio Lopez was playing in, and my daughter goes to school there, and I think I saw him play 2 games.
Well, and one of the reasons they were winning games last year, Omarion Hampton running the football, who is now a Los Angeles Charger.
Yeah,
that's a big loss.
Yeah. Those are the teams that Joel Klatt is buying stock in. Clemson, Michigan, Utah, Washington, and North Carolina. So from yesterday, closing the loop there on those teams.
To answer a question you brought up yesterday about Jackson Dart being the starting quarterback, Brian Dable has come out and says Russell Wilson is our starting quarterback.
And you watched Russell Wilson some last year with the Steelers. How do you feel about his game right now?
Not great. But, again, it's going to take Jackson. I think the way it's going to line up, at least initially, is going to be Russell Wilson. QB2 is going to be Jameis Winston. And then Jackson Dart. Tommy DeVito probably gets cut. Those are the 3 quarterbacks you probably stay with. Jackson Dart works his way up. And I would fully expect, and this is what's tricky for Brian Dable, because if he doesn't produce this year, he's out. But I would think that Dable's going to have to play Jackson Dart sooner than later.
I mean, he's the future. At some point, why are you playing just to draft high again, right? At least see the future if you're going to do that.
If I'm New York fans, I'm like, I know you're trying to hang on to your job, but if we're going to go 7-10, we want to see the future.
That's right, exactly. Hey, this hour presented as always by Champy's world famous fried chicken. Champy'sChicken.com, Highway 119 in Alabaster. Go see Sterling and the gang. Enjoy a great meal at Champy's world famous fried chicken. Also a great place to grab a cocktail maybe after work. Enjoy those Mississippi Delta recipe tamales, the great po' boys, all the great sides, the great chicken fingers, all right there at Champy's world famous fried chicken. Thank you for joining us. If you're watching us on YouTube, please give us a thumbs up before you get out of here, and make sure you have set your alerts and subscribed. Set your alerts so you know when we're live. And all those of you on podcast, thank you for joining us on podcast, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, Google Podcast. It helps us a ton when you like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads. Please do that. Turn on the automatic downloads. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. The Meltdown coming up at 2 with Tyler and Tim and EG and the entire gang. We'll see you tomorrow in the next round.